Okay, folks, I'd like to welcome you. It's a great way to welcome you to another edition of the program Spoon Talk. We're here, we're live across the Spoon Network, Spoon FM 107.5. We are live on Fabric Radio 101.1 and on all the other radio stations relaying us tonight. Thanks to our partner radio stations across the country that are making sure that the program is relayed across the different community radio stations across Liberia. Thanks to Trust FM in Bomi County. Thanks to Premier FM in Bong, Trend Radio in Grand Crew, Radio Yalamani, Sector P in Nimba County, and a host of other radio stations making this possible. Many thanks to the hundreds and thousands of you across the country who make up time every night to follow us on the program Spoon Talk. We're also live across the country by means of social media. We're live online, Spoon TV on Facebook, Fabric TV, Super TV, and a host of other social media handles. You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk Live. I'd like to welcome you today's edition of the program. Please share the show as you join us. My name is Nelson Collet. Gonna be here. And as always, we take your calls for the first segment of the program. And once we're done with that, we hand controls over to the CEO and the rest of the team that will take us through the rest of the show. So thank you for coming on tonight. I see a lot of you have already started joining in, engaging in the comment section. I see Tom Brown, Samuel Kofi Woods Jr., Edwin Richmond Dolo. I see Abdullah Safwa. That's Sofian. Hope I got the name right. Thank you for joining us. Venetia's Bar is here tonight. Lydia Kennedy, Lawrence Appleton is joining us from Minnesota, the US. Oscar Ziegben is joining us from Nimba County, Gumpa City to be precise. To the many of you coming on tonight, just keep sharing the program as you join us. It's going to be a great show, a lot to talk about tonight. Too many things happening across the country. You're going to have the time to express yourselves, and it's going to be a great show tonight. So yes, at this point, we're going to activate the lines. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's hear what is it you want to talk about. What are the different issues that are of concern to you? You have the opportunity to voice your concerns, speak out on those different issues. And tonight, yes, I do not say I should learn how to call the name right. I will practice it, but it should be Sophia. Sophia. All right. I hope I get a voice message on that. But thanks to all of you for joining us. Nathaniel K. Hill, Morris Moore, Younger Bala, and the many of you joining us tonight. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's hear what is it you want to talk about tonight. As always, the lines are open now. Let me activate the WhatsApp line for you as well. So you get to speak out on the different issues that are of interest to you. Let's see if we take this person. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you. Thank you. Thank you very much for your input. Let's hold you there and take this person. Hello, your name and where you joining us from? I'm okay, sir. It's good to have you on. What's on your mind? Let's hear you. Okay. Civilized basketball. What's on your mind? Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much for your input tonight. Let's hold you there and take this person. Hello, your name and where you joining us from? Hello. Okay, you can keep your calls coming to 0555 101075. Let's take this person. Hello. Yes, sir. It's good to have you on. Let's hear you. Lawrence, what's on your mind? What's on your mind? Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you for your input tonight. Let's take another person. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you. Yes, good evening. Can you hear me? Go ahead quickly. Let's hear you. Thank you. Thank you for your input. Hello, your name and where you joining us from? Yes, sir. You're live. Let's hear you. Nelson here. You're live on the show. Okay. Oscar, go ahead. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your input tonight. This person. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. So let's take this person. Hello. Yes, sir. You're live on the show. Let's hear your name and where you call from. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your input. Let's see if this one works better. Uh, hello. Your name and where you call from. Yeah. Good evening. Go ahead. Your name and where you call Thank you for your input tonight. I'm getting feedback that um, the audio is not coming through so well. So we're trying to make some adjustments here, but in the meantime, we'll keep taking calls. Let's see if we take this person. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you. Hello. Okay, we lost that person. Let's see if we take this one. Hello, you're live. Good evening. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you for your political weather forecast. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live. Let's hear you.
My name is Mo Bobo calling from Popular Party, opposite over Party Station number 3.
Go ahead.
My talking point going to my fellow friends that in a few opposite loans out there. You know, this brother them were here, they go yesterday, saying all kinds of things. Look at the protest organized, which is the Molu main set. Molu told us that we are using our pocket money. It didn't hear it. So, one that literally, that making it like people to support now. So, they want for them to go in and bring the power again for them to give their money and support them. We say, no, our people, your people. More money were yesterday at the game. I had a problem with you with him, and I like money to go yesterday. It's okay. But you to solve our country. So that's actually us. Don't do it. Don't let it. They are trying nothing law. Let us see about what we do. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. 0555 is the number to call. We're still making adjustments on the audio, so we ask you to bear with us as we try to make the necessary adjustments. Hello. Yeah, hello. You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, how is it? From far to come down.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, one of my mind is evening is to protect, to protect. They should be careful with their life. They are not going there for someone to take away their life. We suppose they will be there doing the things that potentially security. There's everything that is security so that our life can be safe. But nobody should go their life for the protect. It's our life. It's also go to the security. The security is our your citizen. Yeah, this security, yeah, the president of the country. When you take care of them, and for them, don't shoot anybody, don't hit anybody, because the people do a thing to the government. Yeah? So now the thing that they put that be of physical protect. Nothing to wrong with anybody. Nobody to do that. Thank you, Lovely. Someone.
Thank you for your input. Hello. You're live. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, that's good. I want to come up tonight to start thinking about it.
Okay.
Some part do a comment for the president or new president of the police to see. You know, come on, you and myself are waiting. The staff of these people and how they are protected. Now the spirit of fear, you will go for very enough with people. They always believe that enough is not enough love with because the enough is not enough. The joy from the action is for us and then for us people. That's not enough. We rejoice to that it process on the wrong market as well. The verse is going to answer is not in step to say enough. Okay, now say enough. So we can let it and do the doors of our but that we put them down. The rest is where our already is.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you for your input tonight. Let me let me bring Councilor Good on as we keep trying to make the adjustments with the phone lines. Councilor Good, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Nelson, thank you. Thank you for bringing me on. And let me say good evening, good afternoon, uh, good morning to all of those that are following us from wherever they are. We are glad to be here tonight.
Yeah,
Thank you for the time, Barry.
definitely. There seems to be a little bit of issue with the phone lines. We are making the necessary adjustments on it. Uh, yeah, so we will go back at some point to take some calls. But anything you want to say to the folks while I uh, make a little bit of adjustments here in the background?
Well, uh, I just think that we're following what is happening, what is going on in the country. We know we're hearing about the protests. It's going to be on the 17th, and I monitor some of the callers who are talking, giving their views. Some are in favor, some are against, some are still sitting on the fence. But in these times, there is no way you can be neutral. There is no neutrality. You gotta be for or you be against. And so we all uh, wish that the people will be prepared that on the 17th, the protesters will assemble peacefully in an orderly manner, as the Constitution provides in Article 17, and they will present to the government the petition, things that they feel that the government is not doing rightly. They will outline those things, and the government obligation is to receive whatever that they will present, and then they can look into it and take some action, positive actions, because as a responsible government, it is incumbent upon it to listen to whichever
Oh,
segment of of the population is speaking.
I think you are muted, Councilor Good.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. So as a responsible government, it is incumbent upon it to listen to the criticism. Some would not be something you want to hear, but listen to it as a government, and take some action, positive actions in areas where you think that they have raised some real, genuine issues. I think it's good for the democracy. So we hope the best, when we're watching, looking up to the protest and how it will be conducted on the 17th. Yeah.
Definitely, Council. And interestingly, as we open the phone lines, All of the folks are concerned about the protest. You get to just figure out what the trending issues are in the country sometimes by just listening to the people. And I think the issue of the protest has caught the attention of so many people. Um, Up to 70, 80% of the callers were concerned about the protest, the different aspects of it. If it is, if it's not about the police, then it's about the protesters. It's just been that way. So I think that's what it is right now. As we look forward to see what happens on the 17th, it's just 2 days from now. So this is where we are. But I want to give it a try again with the
Yeah.
phone lines. Let's see if we can get a few more calls coming through. There
Before you
seem
go
to
there,
be,
so there's
yeah.
before you go to the phone line.
Hmm.
So before you go to the phone line, there's I monitor the social media and I see a lot of comments about the police. I think displaying their
Yeah.
readiness for the protest and people and some even the protesters, even the lead person for the protest. I listen to him trying to probably, I don't know, criticize the police display of whatever readiness they will have. But this thing happened in the past. We were here at the June 7 protest. The police had they paraded the fire tanker, I mean the water tanker, the hot water tanker, right?
Hmm.
All through the Chippewa Highway, telling people that they were ready, especially especially the January 6th protest. And, that brought them, they show more strength because, yeah. So it's the
Hmm.
same thing. Yeah. So it's the same thing that happened today. It happened yesterday. It is happening today. It will always happen. So police will always try to show their strength and their readiness for the problem. So I don't think people should be complaining
Hold on,
and
I'll soon
thinking
bring
that
you
the police
on. Please hold on, I'll soon
do
bring you on.
anything orthodox,
Please hold on,
during the process.
please hold on. I'll soon bring you on. All right, so yes, Councillor Gu, you're right. So I think we can go to the phone lines. I'm going to apply another measure to see how it's going to work for us. So let's see if we can get the phone calls from this end. I will put the alternative numbers up. I would like to know how the audio is going to be like from this end. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, this is Uncle Pete, the Scottish.
Yes, sir. You're live on the show, Uncle Pete. What's on your mind?
I want people to pay for this call.
Oh, you paying for the call?
Yeah, yeah, what are you paying? They put on my phone bill. But let me just say this.
Okay.
Because of the gravity of the nature and the concern, I don't mind paying for this call. And hallelujah for the mother and the people, especially the young children. Do not be neglect. Do not allow those destructive elements that represent our economy masquerading the streets of Monrovia to fool you people to put a protest. These are people you got. They are children in America, they are wives, they are daughters, they are sisters, they are leaders in America, Europe, Asia, Africa, city. They want to fool you who live in Zebra, who are local, who selling, who weave riders, who are motorcycle riders. They want to fool you. Do not get in the street. You are stay home.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your input tonight, Uncle Pete, for your thoughts on the protest situation. Councillor Gu, how was the audio? Was it good from that end?
No, 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 no. I think Uncle P was uh, I don't want to say terribly bad, but it was terrible. That's not good at
Uh,
all.
yeah, so I think we can just continue the conversation while we await the CEO and the rest of the team, because it seemed the situation here seemed to be a little bit um, beyond our control for now till we
Yeah.
can have it sorted out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know I listened to Pete. Partly, even though it was terrible, but I think most of the thing was jumping in, and but it was clear that people should not get in the street, to protest or whatever the case is. But look, it is the fundamental right of every individual, and those persons who are going to protest, I believed to be persons above the age of 18. So no child is going to be part of the protest, So I believe they are above the age of 18, and once you reach that age, at least you have some sense of direction. You can decide for yourself, what is right, and what is wrong. So the people who going out to express their grievances, they are of age. And while it is true that you can advise, I think for me, the only advice I would give to all of them will be they should maintain a peaceful and orderly, nature of the protest. They must exemplify respect, for the rule of law. They must honor their duty to their country, to ensure that the country remain peaceful, and they don't get involved into any form of violence. Nothing should tempt them to the extent that they will get involved into throwing stones, or any form of violent activities. They will get involved into. That would be my advice. But to tell somebody, say, "Oh, don't go on the street," don't know, I can. I would not be the one, because I tell you the truth, Nelson. There are a lot of people that benefit from these different protestations that happen in the country. People working in government, sometimes they don't have.
Councilor,
Yeah, they are not brave. Yeah,
how you doing, sir?
not bad, CEO.
Hey, Councilor, this guy is giving me problems. Sorry to interrupt you. You speaking, and the guy said, "Why you run away from Liberia?" The LBS director Fagon. He want to
No,
talk to
but
you.
fuck.
Should I give you a number to him?
Yeah, but Fagon has my number.
Fagon, the message.
Fagon,
Fagon.
you got deal with it, man. I deal with it, man. I deal with it, man. Today on a podcast. So he said,
Fagon. Fagon. Wait. Let me put it on speaker. So, Fagon, the man hearing the man said that you want the man to come back to Labrador for what, Fagon?
"Oh man,
Oh man, listen to Fagon. What you say, Fagon? What you say?
Roscoe won't tell him, man. Thank you.
For what?
Run away. How can you do something for somebody who will tell you, thank you? Run away.
Oh, Fagon, bad man. You're bad, dude. Leave me alone.
Fagon, my man. You know, stand up.
The man just called me. Listen, the man just called me just to talk about you. I said, Fagon, leave me alone, please. The man said, my man, why you can tell your man to come out to Labrador? Bro, Scott looking for the man.
Look,
Fagon is crazy.
stand up. So your man on his pocket. A man like talking plenty. How man he can talk plenty. He forget to know that you're in the past government. He supported some of the thing, and all the things that happening until they fire him. When they fire him, he start talking plenty. So I said, my man, don't talk plenty. Just shut up. Just protect your being and leave your man. Because you are part of the thing. If they're not going to fire you now, where will you be today? You don't be talking today.
The man, maybe that's why he called me. So he called me. He said, I said, man, what you call me?
Yeah.
Fagon will call me and be saying this, that, oh man, leave me alone. LBS will not be the same. So he called me and said, but where your man counselor? I said, where counselor on the show? He said, can I talk to him? I said, no. Fagon is crazy.
Yeah, but you got my number.
He
got my number.
I'm going to send the other. I will send the other number to him.
We went, Fagon had a problem. Fagon had a problem, right? I would not say. I think he said it one time on the show. Fagon had a problem, and he even mentioned my name. That I was with him when we went to the house that day. His son, his son, mother. There are a lot of things are happening. So Fagon, my man. So
Fagon somewhere. He got somewhere.
No, I will not. I won't go further. But I think if I
But
consider
you
this,
brought it up. You said the man some mother. Then I asked you, say, when I go further.
no, but I mean, they're not put
You talk about his son mother here in America or in Liberia?
I don't know. I think about.
You scared?
I think
So
about my man.
Wait, I know
About man, about man.
No, I agree, right? But you said we got Fagon. Listen, Fagon call me 3-4 times a day. I don't know for a while. And I think I said, man, I'm tired talking. But then you make a son in Liberia.
Yeah, Fagon has. I mean, the house I went to, the Fagon son. Fagon son we went to. I mean, there were a lot of. I mean, the people, the little and the little child level on track. That morning we went there was Fagon. It was I think Consular Serena Sivos and myself.
Who are threatening the son and the mother? Who?
We have the information. And it was. I mean, it was tight. So I can go in depth. Fagon will tell you the story, but I'm just telling to the extent that that I know Fagon and how how. In fact,
No, you told me. You guys are cool. You told me that, but I'm surprised that Fagon calling me. Fagon, I'm surprised that you calling me to ask for you, and you tell me some stuff. But now you say Fagon again. Fagon's son mother is having problem with him. I didn't say it. You said it. You said that.
No. I didn't say his son mother having problem with him. I said there was some security issue regarding some threat for the woman's life. I think even
but we hear you. If I go listen to you, if I go do a podcast on you tomorrow.
Yeah, one day. If I go do podcast on me, I will do more. I will do double pause. Double.
Man, listen, man, these guys, and people, let me say this, right? People say, oh, man, why you talk to Fagon? Listen, I can talk to anybody, If I don't call, I talk to him. Because
let me tell you something, stand on. Let me tell you something, right? I've been friends with you. I want to show tonight. Somehow we tolerant. The tolerance level that we have, many persons don't have it. Let's take for you. Many persons and you fell up before. They say a lot of things about you. Yes, you still open up to that. The same with me, yeah. There's your show. You stand up with us, boom. Girl, Muzuska been there. You wanted to come with. You didn't want to see me. That are the worst thing I ever done to you in your life. But I here to that. Two of us will stay bullies, and we're talking about the Liberian people. Ain't no business. We're working together.
Yep.
That's tolerance, And when you have a clear heart into whatever that you do, you don't care about what people say. You just go with your heart. So I respect you, and
I respect you too. Seriously, I think this is exactly what we need to talk about. This is about Liberia. It's nothing personal. I can disagree with you, and you can disagree with me. The Liberian people will decide. I always appreciate the fact that you come on the show early because you got nothing to do, and due to the time difference, this is therapeutic for you too, Counselor. This is like a therapeutic session for you. You see. Let me finish that.
No. I'm not giving you chance. They play you myself and be plowing like what you say. When I get anything to do, then I come on the show.
No, I'm not saying that.
I stay on the show. No, wait. I stay on the show up to 2 a.m. in the morning. I go to bed sometimes for only 4 hours. I still be sleeping.
You got something playing in the back. Is that you, Nelson? We're getting a feedback. You got a TV on? You got something on, Counselor?
No, I don't have. My TV is on, but there's no volume. So it's not me.
It's all right now. I think Nelson turned it off. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care. Listen, Counselor, I do appreciate you coming here every day. Then the next person I do appreciate is Fubi. Listen, we got to discuss Liberia, right? We got to talk about the issues in the country. Listen, they confirmed Gloria Musonska. She's the chairman for the board of NOCAL. Things happen. They confirmed John Balut, right, as ambassador. Listen, Justice Bese will be confirmed. If not, he has not been confirmed yet. He will be the next chief of staff. Nobody will put forth. I want to see the senator that will reject and say no to his confirmation. I want to see that one. Let me finish, though. I beg you. I want to see That one, maybe Senator Snow will say no. I want to see, maybe Senator Miguel will say no. Maybe Youngly will say no. Maybe Delon will say no. Maybe how you call him, James Barney will say no. Let's go down the line. I just want to see that senator that will say no. And to be frank with you, they will not. There will be no way to say no. Because this whole Senate hearing thing is just another constitutional bluff. Especially under this government, they will not reject anybody. Everybody in it, everybody will go, and that's what we're talking about. So they will not even reject. They say will be 101% confirmed. They say will be 101% confirmed. While speaking of that, President Bwaga have, sent names, Patrick Hornad and Angela and Ben Fofana, as commissioner proper, that they should go for confirmation. Clarence Massaquoi and his replacer will be going next because Clarence Massaquoi will be the board chair. He's acting right now, but he will be the board chair proper. And we're discussing. So all this thing, you can send Pepe Kana to the Senate, they will confirm them. Do you know that, Councillor? You can send Pepe Kana. They have Pepe Kana to that Senate, Nelson, the Senate that you cover, Nelson. Send a Pepe Kana for confirmation, they will confirm them. Send a Yogo Gari, they will confirm that. They will not reject anybody, so they're first to talk.
Yeah, so Senate confirmation, people, is nothing we should be discussing because, brother, I just was trying to ask the question as to whether anybody have been rejected by the Senate. Anybody, with the exception of withdrawal of nomination, has the Senate send anybody back?
But anyway, I'm telling you, send a Pepe Kala. They will eat the Pepe Kala and confirm the Pepe Kala. Send a Yogo Gari. They will eat a Yogo Gari and confirm the Yogo Gari. That's Senate like you ask our question and say, we'll question you, we'll hold you for this. No, they will decide in the back and make that decision and come out and say, yeah, the person confirmed. These people going for break on the 17th. On the, how you call it, maybe they were extended now, but because of the protests, they said they're leaving town. They're going for a break. So they must confirm this guy, Justice Bese. He will be the next Chief Justice. Nobody will pull forward. We're still looking to see which one is senator, then I would say no on his confirmation. They would not say no. These people confirm Pepe Kala and all because they believe that anything President Bwaga said, they will confirm. Anything, anything, they will confirm.
So that's the reason. And so that's the reason why yesterday I was telling Fubi about the authority of the president. Where have you seen the legislature override? I don't say it's not on the book because they got things that on the book and things that practical. Have you ever seen the legislature override any veto from the president? Where? What is the history of that? Especially post-war.
I love what you said, especially post-war. So you're right now.
Yes, especially post-war. So the power that the president has, right? It's enormous. The influence the president has is enormous. So the president can send anybody to the Liberian Senate, and this president will pass. Unlike in the case at least of just where there was some controversial people they sent and the Senate stood their ground and said, no, this person will not pass. Now the Senate is passing everybody. Maybe everybody has good character. Maybe everybody.
So I will say this to you. No. I think because let's talk about the opposition. Dr. Richardson, welcome to your program, the People's Program. Let's talk about the opposition. When we started show you, we got 7 minutes to start. But you got to understand the opposition, it doesn't mean well for this government. Like Snow said, she doesn't want the government to succeed, right? Snow said that. Because they want the government to fail. So if you want the government to fail, if the president sent Pupu Platoon, you confirm Pupu Platoon, right? Because they are incompetent. And case in point, understand what we are saying here. Most of the people that went through confirmation hearing, those people, they were not Joseph Yima Bwaka appointment directly. They were partisan, they were supporter, they were the rescuer members, appointed individuals. And that's what we need to say, because, for example, Patrick Woolsey, who brought in Patrick Woolsey for LRC? Well, Prince Boy from Bon County. Swakoko Dennis. She was never, ever a UPace. Who brought Swakoko Dennis in? You want me to tell you? The Abbott didn't bring Swakoko Dennis. Abbott didn't know that he was supporting Joseph Yimam Boakai because of some reason that he was about to win. Though he was an opposition, but Abbott knew that yes, Swakoko Dennis can come and take that position. Should we go down the line? We can count who brought in these people. So President Boakai now has to tell us his actual appointment. We got to see. Because there was a rescue appointment.
Yeah, but Stanton, we cannot take that as an excuse. President Boakai.
I'm not saying that's an excuse. I am not saying that's an excuse.
42 years. You're supposed to know. Let me tell you something, Stanton. I was running to be representative. I already knew the character of people that were put in my office if I won elections. Forget about those who were running around the place. I knew the people already. I dealt with certain people. I knew who I would put to money area. I know who I would put to administration. I knew already because I had dealt with these people. So
that's why you didn't win, because you're dealing with people that couldn't allow you to win the election.
I'm saying to you as a leader, you're running for presidency. You're supposed to know the people, especially the key position. So I'm bring people to you where you don't know.
Let me understand this. Yeah, okay. So let's have this argument. Dr. Richardson, welcome to the show again. Let me call your real name now. What's your husband's name again? Abraham Richardson White. Welcome to the show. But let's have this, right? It's important to note. So what you want to say, you are correct. Yeah. When President Boakai took over, it was like dereliction of duty. He gave Yomdi the time to appoint people. He gave Prince Moyi the time to bring. They don't the time. They don't brought the guy from the office to go as deputy to fire service. We discussed all these things. Was it right? No. President Boakai turned the whole government over to this guy, the old man that's sick right now in Texas. What's his name? Sylvester Grisby. Turn the whole thing over to Sylvester Grisby. Guess what happened? Sylvester Grisby was putting in name, take your name, what's her name? Colonel Crab, Cooper Crab daughter. They appoint somebody, so they take it out, they put the other one there. It was a mix-up because Joseph Yimam Boakai was in control. And you know that, and everybody know that. So now the dust is settling. The dust is settling. Guess what happened? These people begin to understand that the appointment should now come from Joseph Yimam Boakai and Joseph Boakai alone. So you're right, my brother, and that's why we see mismanagement, and that's why we see a lot of corruption taking place. Dr. Richardson. That's why you see there was no vetting when John Molu called for the vetting process. Guess what happened? They said no because everybody came to chop. So up to today, the allegation of IAA, Mr. Kema, why is he on such huge allegation that even today, his wife, his in-law, all of them, and we still going down the line. That's why actually we got problem with corruption. Because all the senators and all the friends and all the family members are bringing their own people. But Dr. Richardson, man, I know we got 3 more minutes left. Don't tell us about what you did today. I beg you, it can be too long when you tell me all your story.
Just you're not forcing me to do it. You're forcing.
No, you're too long, Dr. Richardson.
What if I know?
We understand that you're a family woman. We understand that you get your own business. Leave all of that and let's discuss the laboratory issue.
You want to monitor the way I speak? You want to censor the way I speak?
Well, if I can, I will, but I can't. I cannot censor the way you speak. So
thank you. So let me proceed. So I just want to say hello, you guys. Hello.
There you go. She's saying hello. There you go.
Hi, Nelson Cully. I'm not saying hello to you. And hello to other Liberians that are watching us. I hate to say, I must agree with you. A lot of times when you're running for presidency and you you're not spending money and you kind of selling positions or willing to take donations for positions. So when you become the head of the, when you win the presidency, you have to pay back. And we have to definitely know, who did our president Joseph Boca elect? I mean, appoint. I'm sorry, who did he appoint to these different positions? So maybe if we see his real appointments and we can assess those people, then we'll know. But then there's another set of appointments that came for money business. There was exchange for pay for play. So those appointments, I don't know if they had the best interest of Liberians. And so if you just come in and you saw the position and somebody bought it, like we know, I can name you a few people who I know that they pay for the campaign and they got the positions. So maybe they're there to, enrich themselves as opposed to being there to build schools for the Liberian people or to build new hospitals or to talk about good governance. So this is, how I see it. Look.
As you can see, they are saying, please stop arguing. Please stop arguing with the CEO, please.
I'm ignoring that.
Now.
Tipo Desta, he always talk different things, so I'm not even. Hello, how you doing, my friend?
If today is your birthday, want to send a happy birthday shout out to you. If you have the picture, send it up, promote you right now. If today is your anniversary, if today is the day that you die, you want us to remember your death. You want us to remember you that you died today.
What?
Please let us know. We remember you that you died today.
You if today, stop it. See what you say? I'm gonna start arguing. See you're talking here.
No, but let me fair. You see, that's a problem, though. We talk about the bad. You don't want us to talk about good.
If today you were born, things are sentimental for people. Why
not you sentimental, yeah, man. We're doing spoon talk. There is no sentiment in spoon talk.
Yes,
if today is the day you were born, you want us to remember you. Let us know. If today is the day you die, you want us to remember you. Let us know. What's the problem with that one?
I laugh because but I say I got no idea how forcing you are.
No, but seriously, for me, welcome to the show. I'm looking at my left hand corner. Let me see you.
Let me finish saying one. Philip, you right. I've never dealt with nobody by the New York City with us, but I don't even know how forcing he is. But until I came to Spoon, I knew people were forcing that. You're right. You're right about that. So that's why I wanted to add. Thank you for letting me say that. Keep going.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, but there's a guy who has been really ringing my phone. He's not well,
Mm-hmm.
He's sick, and he's been calling and sending messages, trying to get to Spoon for Spoon to help him to raise money. His name is Jared T. Ngama. He lives around his soul. Yeah, he lives around his soul clinic community. He has it seems to be developing liver problem, but he said he needed test. I think he's just requesting for us to help to raise him $268 for his treatment.
What?
Yeah. So I sent a message to CEO, but I don't know.
You sent it to Mrs. TD?
No, I sent it to CEO. I don't have Mrs.
She she'll be able to at least do something or make some decisions about it. I want to see.
Send me Glenn, send me her number to my WhatsApp, so I will send the message.
Okay, I will send it to you. Oh, you got it. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know who you're talking to. You're talking to me, or you're talking to Glendy?
Two of you.
You talking to me? So
no,
you talking to me? No, but let me have my story now. Let me have my story. I'm worried about that.
Not just because you're talking.
But let me have my story back. You called me on. You told me
you come out. You see that your problem with you, man. You talk, you go in the background, you come out, you call up.
No, but you told me upset, man.
Who?
I don't know what's wrong. Y'all did this. Y'all told me upset. It's very bad. I mean, if y'all don't want, listen, let me say this though. If y'all don't want me yet today, y'all just say the word, I'm gone.
Can't do that.
No, if y'all don't want me yet today, y'all say the word, I'm gone.
We want you, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You bring a lot of, laughter.
Why Phoebe and Glenny were in the back to talk about me?
Oh, God.
I mean, why they were in the back to talk about me? If you want to talk about your relationship, you talk about your relationship. You'll take me from there. Why you know about me talking? Why you know about me? Why you know about me? Why you know about me talking? This body. But what people are taking exception to this thing, when I say the day you die, they recognize you again first. But it is what it is. Everybody, the Bible says, it is appointed unto all men once to die, and after this, to judgment. So it is why it is. I want to welcome all of you, good people out there. Share the show, get on your phone, get on your social media page and share the Spoon Talk. We got a lot to discuss today. New appointment on the LTA board. We're discussing the dismissal of the Deputy Minister of Justice. We need to discuss it. Thank God our brother Councilor Good is here. We're going to discuss about the protest that is pending, the rejection of UP, JKK, JMB, JKK group that Mo Ali said they don't work together, they don't know them. I don't know, Fubi, you got to help us with that one. This group, just another vagabond out there. Why is Unity Party Mo Ali rejecting them? We got to discuss it. Let's discuss about Mr. Kidman, the new development coming up about David Kidman from the IAA. What's going on with David Kidman? And we want to talk about what actually he knows about this whole corruption allegation. I mean, can he just come on and say the truth? Can he go on some kind of network? Again, it happened on James Momoa. He said, you lie on me, you lie on me. And when the truth came out, guess what? Boom. James Momoa is suspended. Is David Kidman going to be suspended because of all these allegations? I learned today an official formal complaint was filed with the LACC concerning David Kidman for full investigation. It is true that the car that he's currently driving is an SUV. The allegation that he bought the car for $59,500 USD from Cisco Moto. And guess what happened? But he requested from Finance Ministry $65,000. What's the balance money? And we also understand that David Kidman took some laptop here from the United States, and when he got to Liberia, he demanded that the entity pay him again. These are so many allegations coming up on David Kidman. David Kidman also hired his sister-in-law, which people are deemed to be conflict of interest. You know, you cannot do that, nepotism. And again, a lot of stuff is happening on this entity. As we dig deeper, we really come to the point that, but then at the end of the day, what's going on here? What's going on? Why all these allegations on David? Can David come out to speak? If you don't want to come and Spoon Talk, that's okay. I also want to bring about the Zoom Lion. The Zoom Lion CEO is ready to speak to anyone that said that they have problem with his company. The back and forth today that we have to be fair and balanced about Zoom Lion based on all the allegations. And Dama is in Ghana, is assessing the facility. But the CEO is saying yes, indeed. And I think they reached out to Mame, they reached out to anybody that say yes, you are involved in corruption behavior and they want to speak. So you know what? I think we want to set it up again, and I hope I'll be available this Sunday by God's grace, if all goes well, that everybody come and ask some question. If you want to do business in Liberia, Fubi, you got to answer the Liberian people question. So therefore, I said, listen, the best thing we can do, no, the interview will be straight up. Everybody need to ask you. You need to clear the air if you really want to do business in Liberia. And you know, all these allegations that you took the World Bank money, the World Bank pay you back, you did this, you did that, and you are banned in other countries like Nigeria, Ghana, you got to come make it clear. Though Dama had a wonderful interview with him, but he got to come facing the sharks. So we are in conversation. We pray that it work this coming Sunday. Zoom Lion, they got to come clean, and they got to tell the Liberian people through the Painesville City Corporation, through the Monrovia City Corporation, and we got to know what is what. Also on the list today, I know you got your own story out there, the confirmation hearing of our counselor, our Chief Associate Justice Bese. He will be confirmed. I'm still trying to figure out who will say no to his confirmation. Which one of the senator will say no to his confirmation? I really want to see. I'm hearing that all the senators will give the guy white. And when I heard it, this is what I did to me. None of them will say no. They say for just, I really want to know, seriously. So you all there, please. They are saying for justice, Associate Justice, basic confirmation. All the senators will vote yes, 100%, which is the white slip, as you can see. So I'm waiting to see all the Beamer senator then whether they find reason to say no to him. And again, I want to say to all of you, a beautiful day. What a day today to have a good conversation here on Spoon Talk. Continue to join us. We are not talking about Uncle Sam beating another fufu. We are not interested. Bhari, I heard that Bhari was buried today. I'm seeing the Liberia National Police training camp. We got to play this video. You saw the video, Phoebe? Liberia National Police preparing people for the protest, the female, the male. Phoebe, why are you laughing? Councillor, you saw that, right? And most of all is the biggest protest. The people are announcing this protest to be one of the biggest. What will mobile model do? I think we'll be placing a call to mobile model to hear him. When you think about this protest have taken up steam, and everybody is saying it's the protest of the century. I mean, what's your take? What do you think about this protest? A lot of people saying they would not produce. A lot of people say a lot of people will come outside. Will this protest help or will it hurt? So let's go around the block, Councillor. Let's hear from you. It's good to have you on, my brother. What's on your mind, Councillor?
Stanton, you have raised most of the issues, so we don't have any other things specific to talk about. You talk about the dismissal of the Deputy Minister for Administration, Minister of Justice. You talk about the protest. You talk about Zone Lion. Some of us we are clear that Zone Lion should not be even given a chance to submit bid before they even be selected. So we have our opinion on several other issues. So most of the things that you raise, you talk about the confirmation hearing, of the associate justice who is being designated to be Chief Justice, Justice Baise. So it's obvious. I mean, so nothing much I have to say. We just wait when the time comes for us to discuss the issues point by point, bullet points. Then we will discuss and give our opinion. Thank you.
Yes, sir, guys. Wherever you find yourself, join us, share the show. Let's have fun today and let's discuss it. Louis Honorary, it's good to have you. Jones Gray, as also, we're good having you. Joman Jala is here in the house. Justin Yasia, welcome to the show. Roland Toh, it's good to see you. Tipo, Speaker Dempster, as always. Joshua is here as well. We welcome Williette Morris. Whenever I hear the name Williette, I begin to think, who Williette? Do I know anybody by the name Williette? But this is Williette Morris. It's good to see you. Sekou Talata Mohammed Sharif, thank you. Pierre Campbell, my sister is back. Sister Pierre, how are you doing? From Atlanta, Georgia. Prince Cooper, it's good to see you. Vera Wadis, it's good to see you. This is a sad day. I want to announce the passing my brother, the Reverend of the Redeemer Lutheran Church, Pastor Raymond Collison, lost his mother-in-law. We again want to recognize that, yes, indeed, he's part of this family. Pastor Raymond Collison of the Redeemer Lutheran Church in Trenton. His wife, Janetta Collison, lost her mother. We want to share this time of bereavement with them. We pay them a visit this on Sunday. And again, we hope that the family remains strong. We'll continue to give you more information as to the update again to Pastor Raymond Collison and the entire family, our sympathy. I want to welcome Alexander Brunel Jr. It's good to see you, Lawrence. It's good to see you, Lawrence. Lucine, it's good to see you. Louis Honorary, Amos Gamuya, Robert Duba. It's good to see all of you. Be part of the program. Continue to share the show. Our people want people. This is what we do. Let me bring in Glennie. Glennie, it's good to see you, ma'am. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. The people have comment in a feed for you. They say because you can give me too much hard time, you should try and send me on vacation. That's what the people writing in the feed. You get your hard time every day. Anyway, but that's okay. What I get to say.
Nelson, can you put it up? If
yeah, put it up. That's what they say. You know, hurry.
Glennie, if you want vacation from me, just let me know.
Look at trouble. Look at trouble.
I'll try my best and raise some money for you. I mean, everybody know that you come on. Everybody know that you come on this show. Everybody know that you come on this show. Yeah, okay, Louis looking for a woman. Leave him alone. You try to. You looking for a woman. But for me, talk to her. I leave that man alone. You can't say something. For me, talk to her. The man looking for a woman. Like, if you want to carry on vacation, if I can't carry you and leave my name for you, sir, I'll pick you. You know, Louis, you know how many girlfriend the man get already. You can't put more on you. You might be careful, my sister. Louis, don't let me talk. I'm not this guy. I wouldn't speak. I wouldn't allow the man girl can't ready for vacation. Let's put the man picture out small again. I beg you, lah. I'm not looking for a Jew. You guys are fully telling me, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so go with me, everybody.
Show the man doing that to Glenny.
I was seeing a pastor. So we just got to monitor. We can't talk too much. So go with me, everybody.
So let me cut you. So got on the line so bad. There's a lawmaker saying that sister came on the show to talk about Zoom line, right? He been behind me for the woman number. And he been calling me, he's a lawmaker, right? I'm not calling his name.
And you come talk here?
No, I'm talking because this Glenny reminded me. Yo, my man, I want the woman to be a consultant for the legislature. I said, what? My man, let me call the woman. The woman, she's eloquent. She's brilliant.
Yes,
she can say,
she is pretty.
I agree. But this lawmaker, if you play, I will call her name. I think
don't call her name, I beg you.
No, I'm not calling her name. But let anybody know for any of the lawmaker that just traveled to the United States. He just traveled to the United States. No, bloody come back. Any of the lawmaker that just traveled to the United States, I'm not calling their name. Just look among the list.
The guy that used to be on this show all the time?
No. I'm calling nobody's name.
Oh.
This lawmaker. Because then you remind me that me talking. But you want me to talk, I can talk it. If you don't want me to talk, I'll be quiet.
But what are you putting me inside? Do I know what you're talking about? Yeah?
No, you just reminded me. You just reminded me. But if you want me to talk it, I will talk it. If you don't want me to talk it, I'll say don't talk it.
But we care about what you say.
Fui, I'm going to talk it.
Oh, you know what me talking.
Okay. But the lawmaker been texting me. CEO, I asked you for Fanta Nova. Can you send me Fanta Nova? I said, my man, the show over.
Yeah.
He kept on texting. I said, but what do you want? I know. I'm Fanta and myself were talking. I said, but what you want Fanta Nova for? He said, CEO, I want to serve as legislative consultant. I said, he said, oh man, the woman too far. I said, you see, Tono will fire you. Imagine the lawmaker, the line that he coming with, a decent woman like that. And the man, you don't want me to talk? All right. You got few lawmakers that have traveled to the United States in the last 2-3 weeks. Call their name, and you know who I'm talking about. And you know what? Let me make it even better. Let me make it better. No. I'm not saying call anybody named Blenny. I'm not saying call anybody named Blenny. Don't do that. I said the people will decide. So let me say this, right? They are not senator. They're person for in the representative group. So I even make the exam easy. Right for me? I feel do it. Look at that, Richardson look at me.
I open both tests.
So listen, the process of elimination. This lawmaker, he's not a senator. He's a and that she. So it will make it even much more easier for you. That she.
I'm not
calling anybody's name. And this lawmaker, Yantuan is senator. The lawmaker is not senator. The lawmaker is representative. So y'all decide now. And you're telling to start calling me. And he called me again for Fanta Nova, I will call his name. But I'm doing it.
Where Horace said that Melvin Cole.
No, I called no. Melvin Cole stopped calling me saying he joined CMC. So that Melvin Cole, that one I can take Melvin Cole.
CMC.
Melvin Cole stopped calling me saying he joined CMC. So that Melvin Cole. But you do the process of elimination, you will know. You're just telling to stop calling me. Oh, Fubi, let's go ahead. But the lawmaker here, I can even draw it down. The lawmaker here. And so the lawmaker between Magibby, Bon County, and Mosserado. But wait, man, I'm a good teacher though. I narrow it down between the 3 counties. I narrow it down between the 3 counties. Look at Glenn, like gossip. Look at how sexual all our food to see which way a lawmaker came to America. Magibby, the lawmaker, that man, he's from the House of Representatives. So it help you better. You can either find in Magibby, in Bon County, Bon County, or Mosserado. Let me make it even better. He between Bon County and Mosserado. Yeah, he between Bon County and Mosserado. We take out Magibby. And let me make it even better. He from Bon County.
Why are you laughing?
We got cancel a good look at me. Yeah, my own question I have. The man from Bon County. My own question I have. So let's move on.
When you laugh, you say family.
But family saying like, bro, family I come to America.
Oh, that's true.
So y'all gotta figure out. So ladies and gentlemen, you don't mind this guy because state. Let's get back to the topic. Look at all the gossip on there. Look at Law Mafela, all of them get gossip. Augusta, all the letter yo, the leg dinner. No. So somebody said, well, the person in a majority black or minority black, then you will like this one. Was he in the majority black? That's a good question. That one you got to get A+ on this test. And I will tell you, the person was in the minority black. So that solved your problem. Please, let's get to the conversation, please. I don't want people, look at all of them testing me. Just stop testing me. Let's get back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show for you today. Something is happening. Asara Mita admitted that yes, indeed, they lied to the government about the $1.4 billion concentration plan. They lied, and that was a problem. I don't know exactly what would the government do, but let's get to it. Fubi, what's on your mind?
Yeah, so thank you. Good evening, everybody. I watched the burial ceremony of Bhari, and I just admired it, and I wish to be buried like that. No casket. All those that want to give me brown casket, don't give me the money now. Just wrap me in small cloth and put me in the deck. I don't want no embalming, no embalming. No casket. No putting me in big tomb. I'm not interested in all those things. Just put me straight in the ground.
Get your flowers down, right?
Yeah, right there. Simple. Yeah, give me let me eat my broadcast. Get money now. I want no funeral or casket makeup. Yeah. So, but on the other note, the issue of the protests and the police preparation. The police just do what they can do and to make sure that everybody is safe, both the protesters and those that don't want to protest. It's people's right to protest. But like I said earlier before, don't take Maba Malu serious. Even though you want to follow him, but don't take him serious. Even Joe doesn't take Malu serious, because if you follow Malu, are always crafted some kind of lies against the man, and that's why you see the guy doesn't take Malu serious. So if we cannot take Malu serious, I don't see who else will take him serious. It got said about the man. Say Kima said that Lagos talk. In 2012 or so, he got said about the man and great. He crafted all kind of things and gave a whole regional in the Daily Observer. So don't take the kind of guy serious, but it's people's right to protest if they want to protest, and the government should just do all they can to ensure that.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. You say they shouldn't take Malu to be serious?
Don't take Malu. Malu not serious. You will tell you to be serious.
Wow.
Malu not serious. Malu just in that thing. Malu just in that to carry a late. The Tony said came too soon. So many the guy Tony said break. So the regular Victim Association will be there chanting that slogan. Well,
I don't know. I don't understand. Listen, anyway, that's what on your mind. They may respect you for your own opinion on this. But for you to
yeah.
say don't take mother to be serious, I'm taken back as to why. But we'll get into it, Glenny. Welcome to the show, Mama. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hello, everybody. Now he acting like he's some kind of nice person. Nonsense. Hello, everybody. It's good to be here. Today was day one of the protest. I didn't see anything. We're here to see what's going on. Or they postponed it from today or what? Was it postponed? Or it started
No,
today?
no. Tell us what's on your mind. Then we'll
17.
get to
Oh,
it.
I thought they said that 3 days.
The
Today was day
17,
one.
my
Am I
friend.
true?
No, the
Anyway.
17 is not.
Oh, okay. Hello to everybody. It's good to be here. I see today that, but on in all seriousness, I think the information sharing today from Spoon TV about the Zoom lion, I initially, of course, was taking aback, but I think it was a good thing so people get to know about this company, know what they have, and know all of that. I think that does not say that if a Liberian had the capacity, they shouldn't get the position. That still does not change my position that we need Liberians to take on these roles. But I don't think I think we should be balanced. I still want to advocate that we should bring him on. Sunday I won't be available, so we should bring him on during the day when we all are here so we can question him, just like how we question Fanta is what I'm advocating. We shouldn't bring him on Sunday where people go into church and don't have time. We brought Fanta here, we questioned her. We should bring Zoom Lion Una here so that we can question him also. That's what I'm advocating for. Sunday is not a good day to interview him because we won't be available for him. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Glenny. I do agree with you. And let's push for Monday. Maybe that would be better. I do agree with you. My brother counselor, have you spoken?
No.
I think
So,
okay, go
Stefan,
ahead, counselor.
thank you. Good evening to my fellow panelists. Uh, no, let's forget about whether Molu has credibility or not.
Well, man, you
I
spoke. I didn't
believe
say you
that.
not spoke. You didn't speak. You spoke.
Now, I haven't spoken. No, he asked me what on your mind from the beginning,
Yeah,
and
but
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's still going on.
you already spoke. That's what I'm talking about.
That's the same thing
like
still going
on
on.
your mind, you still talking here? We still talking. I thought
Yeah.
you said we'll go to the issues. You said I go to the issues. That's what I'm thinking.
No, I just asked you whether you have said what's on your mind.
No, I think I've spoken though. Yeah, I spoke.
Dr. Richardson, have you spoken to that as well? Go ahead, Dr. Richardson.
No, the protest. I believe that Liberians have the constitutional right to protest. So those who feel like they have grievance with the government and they want to let uh, us know and they want to exercise their rights, they should go ahead and do that. At the same time, I think it's the police duty, it's their responsibility. I think their oath is to protect and to serve, to protect the property of Liberians and to protect people, the protesters included. So we have, two things to manage on as Liberians. We have to manage our friends who are going to to protest to make sure that they do it orderly, they don't disobey the law, and then we also have to hold our police officers to be accountable, that they're not going to beat people up for expressing their constitutional rights. As far as not John Malu, Malu, the former chairperson of the party, I get kind of confused, and I have had this discussion with people that I know. I just wish that when he was in power for the past 6 years, they should have done what they are protesting now. Even though that's his constitutional rights, but I want him to also tell us he had the opportunity, to influence leaders, and he was in power. So come and tell us, you are protesting this, but you didn't accomplish it because of why you had the opportunity, as I see it. So that's my only trouble with that. As far as Zoomline, I just want to say that I appreciate how Fanta came and discussed her displeasure with her, her disappointment, and how she was displeased with Zoomline being Liberia, and how they practice so badly in Liberia. But I also appreciate that Spoon Network was able to send someone to Ghana to show the progress of Zoomline, and that you are inviting this person, like Glennie said, although I'm not going to be here on Sunday as well, And I hope that this person can come on a day that we all are here so that we can ask this person the very same question. But I think this is what the media does. We present both sides of the story, okay? And then Liberian people make their choice. We're not taking sides here. And that's what Spoon Network, even though, some people might disagree and think that that Spoon Network is supporting Zoomline. If you were, I don't think you would have brought Fanta here to talk her story. I think that she presented her story. She told us exactly what happened with Zoomline and the World Bank. And so now we're seeing the other side of the story. But I think the additional piece would be for the CEO of Zoomline himself to come here and tell us what make them think that they should be good for us to hire them in Liberia after they mess up when they were there, or they were corrupt when they were there. Let me just put it that way. Thank you.
You know that Richard said you said it right, and I respect and I so appreciate Madam Titi Kane, the CEO of Spoon Network. What we do on the show as Spoon Talk panelists, we are, but the network is covered by the CEO, Madam Titi Kane. And it's fair to say that the CEO of Zoomline, the Joseph Ayapon, he and his board members have agreed to appear to talk to everyone. And the same Fanta can join the group, and everyone else can join the group to talk about the issue about Zoomline. Now, the issue is about the World Bank sanction on Zoomline. The issue whether the Liberian government pay money on behalf of Zoomline. What makes Zoomline to be that good company to come to Liberia and help when they talk about job, when they talk about other stuff. Now, we have to push them. Did the Liberian government pay money on your behalf? We need to know that those answers need to be given to the Liberian people. So listen, and I do believe that since they have agreed to come on Spoon, we will be on them till they show us the real reason why they think they have transformed. They have transformed, and that's the reason why we think that it will be good that everybody should listen to the CEO. Nobody but the CEO. And you're right, maybe Monday would be a big deal to have that. Monday would be the way in which we can come and ask this question. So therefore, we'll go back and forth and bring them on and ask them those hard questions. So I want to appreciate all of you concerning this. But something is happening at LDEA. While we jump to the story, another letter came out from LDEA, Sebastian Farr, FARRU 702. This LD is something is going back and reminding us about Fadiga and AB Kraman. You saw the first letter that came out concerning LDEA. Now they arrested drugs at the airport. The drugs came by way of Kenya Airline. We showed this. And drugs coming in the country again. Yes, the drugs all wrap up. Fubi, you seeing it, right? And the allegation was this woman, Quita. And they let her go. That Richardson said she should go. And the allegation that she paid 10,000 United States dollars. So they let her off. Somebody reached out to folks in LDA and said, now Spoon have the story, they got everything. Now they rearrested the lady and put her back in the LDA custody. The back and forth as to who you're going to take instruction from. They said, don't take instruction from SWA, the director. There's a beef between SWA and Sebastian Farr. So now Sebastian is writing, by directive of the Deputy Director of Operation U702, all operational personnel are ordered not to take instruction or order from Mr. Abraham Payne and Mr. Aaron Kazon as of now and now. Now, Abraham Payne and Aaron, they are loyal to the director, Mr. Swar. In the meantime, all action agents volunteer are to cease from all operations activities and focus on the recruitment process, as this is key to your employment status with the LDEA. What we are saying today, this enchantment LDEA officer is on Spoon page, and we'll show the video. Nelson, can you call the video for us? This enchantment LDA officer, Dr. Richardson, what are you thinking? Again, they are saying they're satisfied. And Spoon was there to cover it today. What's going on with the LDA story, ladies and gentlemen? Is that sweat at that place? Why they can't? Is that drugs money? I mean, why they giving the Liberian people a hard time? Why would you get coach hitting the street, in the schools, in the ministry? And everybody that is appointed by President Bwaka, they're running after drugs money. $10,000 were given. Now the director and the deputy again between the same people, Sebastian Farr and that of the director SWAT. They can get along. That was just to talk to me. And we'll play the video. This is concerning, and this is bad for LDA. There's no fight against drugs in the country.
Well, as I'm hearing this from you, because I want to just say that money is the root of all evil, and I'm going to let somebody else speak about this because I just heard a story that from you that $10,000 is into play here. It was used to release and then rearrest this woman. So money is the root of all evil, as I say, and then money is kind of trumping development in Liberia. So somebody would rather take money to bring drugs in our country as opposed to keep drugs away from our young people, our old people, and from just the country. So I'll just stop here because I want to know more about this drug story. As for the relationship between the boss and we got to explore that because what's going on at that one agency when I see people fighting there. Again, money is the root of all evil. That's all I can say.
So Fubi, before we go to Lenny, what this thing about LDA and guys, if you listen, more stories coming in. This issue about LDA, when will it stop, Fubi?
So I think people need to watch this this episode on El Chapo Guzman. Then you will clearly understand the drug cartel and how it works. The guys have so much money that they can buy all the security apparatus, and most of them even work for them, and they got their own special payroll. So to fight drugs is going to be a difficult task, and that's why you see bosses fighting because everybody wants to be in control. And so once you get in control, you know how to cut the big shots. But my own take about this whole fighting of drugs, like I always told the government needs to just find some money and look, $4 or $5 million or $10 million and say, look, we're using this for the drug. First thing first, build a very big rehab and do a ghetto raid. Raid all the ghettos and send everybody to the rehab. Don't raid them and put them in jail and free them after 2 days. Put all of them in the rehab for nothing less than 2-3 years and give them personal training, detox them, and ensure that they get proper training so that, especially what we call Zogos. After 3 years, they're not taking drugs. Each time you raid ghetto, you take them to the rehab. Each time you raid ghetto, you take them to the rehab. When somebody has a business to sell and they pass around in this community, for example, you're selling pepper color, you say, buy a color, you pass around, nobody buys from you. You go there the next day and nobody buys, you will not carry a business there to sell. So if we can tackle drugs in that manner, we will make a serious gain than arresting people after 2 days. Because the thing is like a money-making scheme at the DA. They arrest these guys, they raid the ghettos, arrest these guys, take them to their holding cells, keep them there for 2-3 days. Their parents go and free them for some $20 or $30. So imagine you arrest 50 persons and they pay $20 to release each of them. And the next time you go and raid another ghetto, another 50, you pay $20. So you accumulate that on a monthly basis, a good sum of money the guys will make from just raiding ghettos and keeping these guys in their holding cells. So we need to change the approach. And that's how I've always been saying, we need to change the approach. I've never been in favor of the guys just raiding and keeping these guys in their holding cell and releasing them back. Because you break the ghetto today and you release the guys to go and build another ghetto. So invest into the rehab and send these guys there for training, and you detox their system. And that way you have a better control on the whole drugs and you can minimize it to a larger extent. But the guys, the drug cartel is a very big cartel.
But for me, let me man, guys, let's have this thing. Let's talk. If you have questions, don't wait for me. Let's just ask this question. It's not about detoxing. It's not about those down that are doing the drugs. It's about the people that should be preventing and fighting the crime. For me, don't take us to that part of story. Okay, we talk about detox, talk about rehab, we talk about this. But a yama story you bring it
But
up.
Stanton, Phoebe
Yeah,
is carrying
my
you.
friend,
But let
Stanton,
me
my
Phoebe is
point
finish.
carrying
is,
you.
I'm giving you
Phoebe
solution. I'm saying
that.
the guys on the cartel paying all the most of the security guys are on drug law payrolls. So fighting them, it will be a waste of time. So once you can get rid of the users, it's easier to manage it from that angle than fighting guys that are collecting money from the guys.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Councillor, before we go to our brother Paul, I can't wait for one time. He want to correct me. Let's listen to Paul, the consultant for the Liberian government, on the lobbyist list. Paul. Yeah, man. The people there that's all be fighting drugs, Paul. That two said now. The fight one, guess what happened, Paul? That was Abi Kumar and our brother Fadiga there. The Papa changed them. The Papa said, I'm going to bring able people to bring the old man called Anthony Swat. From where Madam Sally did, that man will be retiring under the plum tree. He's going to be cutting a plum for a grandchildren. The man there, the Papa can't even get up. Sebastian Farr is fighting the old man. Again, we are going through a situation here. Drugs is coming at the airport. Drugs, 100,000 worth of drugs. I put a woman picture up, allegation that this lady, hey man, that this lady came in the country. They arrested her. How many of this thing coming in Liberia? She came in the country. They arrested her. They put her on picture. The woman disappeared. Look at all the drugs. Look at the same thing President Bhari said, I will fight to my death. Nobody will bring drugs in the country. We're fighting. But now what's happening? They try Abi Kumar. Abi Kumar and Fadiga get into a problem. Today, that problem continues. We go right back again after amen. So we didn't learn anything. The whole drugs people are supposed to fight drugs. Number one on President Bhari list. These people have turned themselves to be a drugs cartel. Listen to President Bhari when he was speaking, making drugs the number one enemy in the country. But we say, yeah, stay fighting. Listen. Let's put the volume up. The President Bhari come to talk about drugs. Bam, bam. Ladies and gentlemen,
The drug epidemic, especially the use of kush. The use of kush in our country is an existential threat.
so I'm going to put it up. President Bhari saying, especially the use of kush. Paul. He put Abi Kumar. He put Fadiga. He put Barako. The only thing we see they were fighting. He brought in the old man from Malanseli days, Anthony Swat, Sebastian Farr. What we see again? Another fighting? Paul can't talk to me, man. Who can solve this then?
My time to talk now.
Well, my brother, at your time. You always get your time to talk.
Thank you.
Am I overthrow you, Councillor? Just wait for God's time now.
Thank you so much. And I like Spoon because wherever I got, you can get out feeling and get out of it. But Stanton, listen, the issue of drugs problem in Liberia is actually a leadership problem. And I heard President Bhari speaking, and every time before he even talked, you hear the bunch of sickle fans sitting around him clapping. The man even talk. It's not a man say the drug epidemic, especially the use of cows. Everybody start clapping. Bunch of sickle fans sitting around the president. If you ask them to give you one plan of how they can go about to address the issue that is pounding on the life of our young people, none of them will have anything different from what the president would say. So when the president says drug will be this, that's what they would say. Sit down, leave the president, give him advice, come out with some strategy as of how you can address the problem. The government, from number one perspective, is not putting any money into fighting drugs. They don't go look on the budget and tell me how much money they got there for fighting drugs. So you think you can just wake up in the morning and say, all right, let all the drugs start coming to Monrovia and the high will stop? That's not how it works. In fact, the issue of drugs is one of the most difficult issues to address because they have to do with addiction, behavior problem. In science, to alter behavior, you need more than just to sit down and talk about it. So what are the plans of government to be able to actually alleviate some of the drug problem we have in our society? And I agree with Phoebe on the one that, most of the time you hear about the LDA just going, running to the graveyard, arresting everybody, running on this side and raiding this other camp. What is the plan for rehabilitation? What is the plan that the government has for when it comes to treatment? What is the plan government got to put forward when it comes to facilitating these young people capacity and diverting their minds from drug use? You have a high unemployment rate. When people are unemployed, they turn to look for things that will fill their frustration. They use substance. Even in this America, what we're saying, people go to drugs to find a way to solve some of their problems. So to just wake up and say you're going to stop drugs without putting plan in place that really stop that, I think you are joking. And the president ran campaign on this. In fact, there was a video in the campaign time how drug we are facilitating cows, cruise, or whatever the drug name is called. And once they come to power, they were going to just eliminate it. Like Baka had a magic wand in hand that can just say, let the cruise epidemic stop. And they fully and they all were running campaign on drugs. Now we are sitting in power, but don't have the slightest understanding of what we can do to stop drugs from coming to Liberia. So I think it's a sheer hypocrisy. Government need to put their money where their mouth is. If drugs is actually a problem, I think this government should begin to prioritize that and put money into stopping it from killing our people in the country. Thank you, Stanley.
Well, Kelly, thank you. Well, welcome, Akara. It's mostly great to the show. Let's hear you, my brother, Councilor Goo.
Senator, you really want us to think that the drug problem in the country, the beginning who in the ghetto, where can I even afford to find food to eat? They don't can really buy $200 million worth of drug. Somebody bringing $200 million worth of drug in the country, 100,000, and 1 million, and you think that those hungry people in the area, in the ghettos, they are the ones that are consuming all of those drugs. They are big hands. They are big guns. They are white-collar drug users. And that's the reason why they will continue to find a way for the drug to come in the country. You take all those children from the street, you put in the camps. You in camp, then you detox the drug will still come. They will still be arresting drug. Because they are big hands and there are several other things they use drugs for. So look, we have to just strengthen our security forces, especially strengthen our borders. For me, we have to strengthen our border. We have to weed out, because I agree with you. To fight drug, it's not easy. And when I see the people get LDA, 1 million, 2 million, $3 million. Oh yeah, we went for a drug. That's serious. That's part of the unseriousness of the country we can talk about. You're not serious? Because drug has money all around the world. I did financial investigation. I've been involved with financial crime, traveling from one country to another, on training and other. The drug users got the money and they will spend it in the country. They will spend it on the security forces. So if you pay LDA people $100, $200 and thing, and you find drug with one man with $2 million worth of drug, what do you think you're going to do? You compromise. So there are a lot more we need to do in terms of strengthening and training our drug, enforcement officers, and strengthening our borders. It's good. At least we are arresting the drugs. It's a good thing. We still have people in the system that can stand up, because to even allow that drug to pass, it tells you that we still have good people in the system. So those people who are fighting to ensure that the drugs are arrested when it comes to the country, we need to empower them. We need to give the people bonuses. We need to honor them, because you will encourage other people to do the same. Because people sometimes, it's not about just money. You know, this thing also called the walking talkie and fubi, grand, right? They say when you give la grand, you ain't pay yourself for for 1 month for 3 months care. One that thing on his side, if he sell it fast. It's the same way that when you give these people certificate, you honor them. You look, it's not about the pay, but just that honor that they are working. It can help. So for me, the approach has to be beyond just detoxing people. You have to also go towards empowering those who are fighting for the job. How many of our officers have already been certificated? How many of our officers have been given bonus for arresting drugs at the airport? Many
Yeah,
times.
well, thank you very much. Thank you, Councillor. You raised the issue about this issue, which of course I think is important. Let's go to Glennie. Glennie, we now talking about drugs again coming by way of the airport. They arresting some of them. They are not arresting some of them. The thing about the $10,000 allegation, I'm getting information who arrested her, what is set up loose first. Now she was released. Then later they re-arrested her because the information started to come up. But looking at what we said during election time today, Glennie, where is our shortfall?
So I think Councillor Gu touched on this a little bit. The drug issue in Liberia is a systemic problem. There is no definite process or procedure to fight drugs in Liberia. And like Councillor said, if you have the people in the top brass, people that have the money, and they're bringing the drugs in, the Zogos then that we claim that have the drugs, they're still gonna have it because they're not the ones that's bringing it into the country. This is a systemic problem. There needs to be a definite plan on how the government is going to fight drugs in Liberia. But there's so many other things. How are we fighting the educational system? How are we fighting the healthcare system? The drug is just another one that we need. If this was key, and listen to President Barker, this was something that they were coming to work on, there has to be a plan in place. There's no definitive plan. If the DEA people can't keep it together, they're the ones that's supposed to keep this together too. The first agency that's supposed to fight drugs in the country, they can't even work together. So that's the problem. The government needs to place focus on those areas they promised Liberians that will be their earmark, that will be things that they will work after, things that they want to come and change. So there's really no change right now with if they move those people that are there now, they bring the next group of people, they will probably not be able to work together again. There's no system. That's what's killing us.
Listen, Granny, how many times can this government change people? Because it's getting bad out there. The drugs, most of the people that are fighting drugs at Carriers Grade, they are volunteers. Most of them making less than $150 a month. Most of them are not even taking pay. So the LDA decided to go and do a recruitment again. They are recruiting people, and you see all these different who have the command, who have the leadership, who should they be listening to? They are volunteer. They're coming across drugs worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. They are volunteer going home with empty pocket. And the same thing happened under George Manawea government. But under Joseph Yuma Bwaka, Fadiga gone, Avi Kroman gone, and we back to square one. I'm the boss. I'm the deputy director for operation. I cannot take any command from Anthony Swat. He's not inclined. Sebastian is fighting Anthony Swat. We can put a picture up. This enchanted LDA officer then, the
on camera, on Spoon, it's on the page. Nelson, when will you put this up? They are saying that we are not satisfied.
Akaris, talk to us.
Let me begin by the first thing the government made a commitment to the Liberian people that we cannot run away from. That was, in fact, a thematic campaign concern. The CDC-led administration were being accused of push, quote unquote, including the current president himself is on public record for accusing even the former president. And he was very clear about his desire to fight drugs. Very clear. Unfortunately, zombie has become the new trend as disclosed by the LDA under this administration. Not only that, the president in the state of a 40-minute State of the Nation address in 2024, the first State of the Nation address, 40 minutes, he declared drugs a public health emergency. If you go to the Executive Mansion website, you will see that January 31st, they issued that statement. The president declared just in the State of the Nation address a public health emergency. He didn't stop there. He called for a test, and he and his vice president, they were going to take the lead, which they did. He went further beyond that and said, and set up a steering committee, made the chairperson of that steering committee Minister of Health as chair. It was co-chaired by the Minister of Justice. You had Youth and Sport as member of that committee, Minister of Gender as member of that committee. You had the Liberian Justice Enforcement Agency as member of the committee. You had the Minister of Finance as member of the committee, the steering committee. The report, or whatsoever report from the committee, remains a mirage. The public has not been able to see it. No one knows about it. How far the president has gone with his appointee, as he declared that they all would do justice, whether all of them had done it to begin the process. So for me, the fight should start with the office of the president by his statement, his commitments, and his declaration. We cannot argue on the issue of Liberia having a just law because we have a very good just law. In fact, I was one of the co-sponsors of the just laws of the Republic of Liberia, signed under the past administration. So it's not about the law. One of the things that it has to do with enforceability. It has to do with the source. Those who bring in the drugs, who are they? Can they be identified? Or have they been identified? What's happening to them? Can we have to strengthen the court system also? Because you may be talking about the executive, you may be talking about the legislature, but sometimes the people are sent to court. What happens at the court level is also important. So one thing I will say is that the battle against drugs should be a collective fight. It has to start from the homes. It has to start from the communities. It has to start from the schools. Because we all know many stories around here, not just in the homes, not just the communities, but even in the schools. But I think that this government declaration to fight drugs in the first budget, when they presented that budget, you remember that when they cut down on the budget, that was, I think, the recast. They cut down, I think, Sir Joseph and the guy who sponsored the just law from Grand Bassa County, the chief sponsor, flagged the issue and disagreed that it was unfair to have reduced the budget when it comes to the issue of battling drugs. So drugs, in my mind, in my opinion, it should be a collective fight. It should be a fight by each and every one of us. And we should be very deliberate, clear, and blatant. Because what is happening in the Liberian society today, you will be shocked. You will be shocked from the schools. You will be shocked from the communities. A whole generation will perish if we cannot put our feet down. But the government has to take the lead and be decisive.
Thank you.
The fight at the FDA, we got to know what the essence of the
Thank you very much, Colonel. We'll come back to you. Thank you. We want to say that if anybody get Nelson Colette number, please tell him to get back on the show. Apparently, we are not getting Nelson Colette. We got to make this public service announcement. Our producer Nelson Colette probably sleeping in the back. Colonel Gray, welcome to the show. Yeah, man. Picking a kind of show that you disappear. Colonel Gray, welcome to the show.
Center, hi. Yeah. So on this issue, right? You want me to comment? Can you hear me?
Colonel Gray, you sounded very bad. Can you fix yourself and you come back, please? You're terrible, my brother. So let's do this. While Colonel Gray fix his stuff, maybe he will go in and come back. There's a lot of issue at LDA. The morale, the honor pay. We got to consider those things. Can somebody pass in front of you with $100,000 drugs and you make $150 you can't get every month? But then they tell you, so, man, I can give you $10,000. Let me friend. Let me serious here. In Labrador today, then you want to ask what drugs on the street? Seriously. In Labrador today, when the people they used to take opium from Mano River and bring it to town, you know how they used to bring it to town? The old Mano River. You remember Fumi? Mano River? When they used to go there and take opium from there and bring it to town? I mean, this is crazy. Are we fighting drugs pocket in there? Are we there yet? Well, what's the problem here? That we are just where we are, that even today, at the headquarters of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, you got disenchanted member. How can you have disenchanted member celebrating and say we got problem here? Poor.
Stanton, look, so at the DEA office, I think it's the issue about leadership, and the president has to consider that. Remember when A.B. Croman and Fadiga got suspended, there was this gentleman from the U.S. Embassy who was acting, right? And what happened to him? They left him acting, and they appointed someone to work with him. And I think sometime along the way, he resigned and walked away, or whatever that story was. But most of the people who are assigned at these hardcore integrity agencies and drug fighting agencies must be presided over by someone who has integrity. Because, like you said, if you make $10,000, even if you make $10,000 a year, a month, and somebody come and tell you, my man, I'm bringing 10, 15 kilos, and out of it, I will give you 1 million. If you don't have integrity, you will take the 1 million. Liberia is used as a transit center for most of the drugs coming from South America going to Europe. So and I thank God that this is one reason why one time in my life I would thank God for my country being poor. I thank God right now that Liberia is so poor that they're not able to buy the drugs coming to the country, because there's no market in Liberia for the drugs. So as a result, they are only bringing the drug to Liberia because of Liberia proximity to South America and carrying it into Eastern Europe and some of the European countries. So the drug that is channeling through Liberia is actually not ending in Liberia. We don't have money there to buy the drugs. So what's happening there is because of the loose security apparatus there, they are using it as a conduit to move drugs from South America, that is the 5 hours in private jet from Buenos Aires, any of the Colombia port, somewhere in Brazil. You take 5-6 hours, you're in Monrovia, to the Route International Airport, and most of the guys coming there are a private jet. 2 or 3 times, airplane had come to Monrovia that was not spotted in the airspace, that nobody knew was there. They got there, did what they were doing, and left before they posted, oh, one airplane was here, then everybody started running there. So the drug issue is a systemic issue. The government needs to pay attention to the root cause, and that root cause is going to start with the leadership. They're going to have to look at their quality, their qualification, and their integrity to make sure that people who are managing these drugs are also into it, and they have the technical know-how to do it there. Or anything we're doing, including the president going and taking drug tests, is a facade. I told you on this platform that the president could not have gone to taking a drug test without anybody knowing what parameter they were testing for. You put your more on me, yours that were wrong.
Thank you very much for Canada. Nobody put more on you, man. Thank you very much. Every day somebody put more on you. Glennie, I think we something is bad happening at the place over there, and I think we need to discuss it, Glennie. When you talk about the morale, the honor pay of people that will capture millions of dollars worth of drugs. The plane are coming in the middle of the night and nobody can deter them and taking drugs out of those planes. Kenya Airways, the allegation that they came in with that lady, drugs all over her, all in her suitcases. And you know, some good LDA workers are trying, Glennie. They're trying the best. They're finding these things and reporting. But most of it is slipping through the crack, Glennie.
I mean, which is true. What if people are not being compensated adequately? You think they're going to put their life on the line, or they're going to keep sacrificing and there are no benefits? It goes back without saying, if this is the focus of the government, if drug was number one that they wanted to be able to attack, then all of the immunities that they need and that the workers need to have, they will ensure that they have it. Because the thing about it, how did the woman even get into the country? How did she come from Kenya, get on a plane, get to the airport, and all of those things, and she was not caught? How is that? A lot of things are falling through the cracks because people are at a place where they're tired and they don't want to continue making sacrifices or all being compensated. And I'm working, I get what I can get, and I go home. I think that's the problem, but it goes without saying. Some of these things for the government to be able to attack it, it has to be a drawn-out process. Liberians have a lot of people with expertise. They got a lot of people. Not only in Monrovia, not only in Liberia, outside Liberia, a lot of Liberians all over that have different qualifications to do different things. They got to tap into the bases and get people to help them. But if it's not happening, the morale is down. The place, I don't even know if they finished cleaning the place. I know AB started, he left. It is, that's what it is. I think Stanton's on the phone. Fubi, maybe you can go after. Go ahead, Fubi. The morale at the
yeah. So I agree with you.
I
You
think
know
some
that a
people
lot
agree.
of things. Hey, remember, there are a lot of things that we overlook in the country and we try to fight at the same time. And you can't pay somebody $100, $150. The person cannot pay their children's school fees. They can't pay their house rent. They can't eat on time. They can't pay their medical bills. Then you give them a crucial task of fighting drugs. The drug cartel is one of the strongest and biggest cartel in the world. And all kinds of people talking about strengthening the security. You got security past America. America still battling with the drug issue. So it's not just about strengthening the security. You can strengthen the security all you can. There are some fundamental things that you need to get done. That's why I recommended the El Chapo Guzman episode. You watch that, you see how the guys, even the DEA officers that were in the country, they got bribed, all of them. The police were all on a guy payroll. So all of these people, the judges, all these people were on a guy payroll, and he managed them. So this is a big cartel. So it's not something that you say security can stop, because the security themselves. That's why you see the guys at the DEA will all be fighting, because everybody wants to be in control. Because when you're in control, then you know how to cut the shots. Somebody come with $1 million, you are not even seeing your first 10,000 for a whole year. Then someone show you $1 million to make 1 year for you. Just make sure that you let up pass freely every time. You think you easily resist that? Those are the temptations, and that's why I said, the use of we can have big shots all we can. I know that I'm saying that when Zogos are taking drugs. I know that a lot of top brass in government, other places, in the society that are taking drugs. But our main challenge we have the main challenges we have on the ground, we have all of these Zogos that are being affected on a daily basis. and we see DA officers running to their ghettos every now and then, raiding them, putting them in pickups, taking them to their holding cells. After 2-3 days, they are back. They go back and rebuild their ghetto. So for each one ghetto you build, the guys rebuild 2-3 ghettos. They found different places to hide. And for each time you go to release those guys, you pay 20 or 30 dollars to release them from the holding cells. So it's a money-making scheme. Even for the DEA petty officers that are doing a raid. You know, they steal the guys' phones, they steal other things from them, and they put them and keep them over there. So we have to find different approaches to solve the problem. It's not only about strengthening security, tightening your border, like Paul rightly said. They use that brother transit point. Just come and just land here for somewhere and you move. So it's not about all those drugs will not come and say we'll put in $2 million drugs, $200 million drugs in Liberia. We don't have the capacity to consume all of that. So they will use that transit point. Sometimes the security even benefit from that by just allowing the guys to just pass through with their consignment. They give them huge sum of money just to allow them. Let me just lay here for 30 minutes. There's a huge benefit going to the security. So there are a lot of things that happen in the whole stuff. So we need to look at it with a holistic approach. And that's why I recommended the rehab part and detoxing you guys. When you raid a ghetto, take them to a rehabilitation immediately. 2-3 years at that point, you do that to you reduce the level of extent.
Formula for you there is very important. I think it's two things that happen here. I'm going to bring in the former 102, that will be Marvin Sakot. I'm going to bring him on the show to give us his perspective on this whole drugs issue, right? We want to say this, retired Colonel Edward Gray. We saw the first letter that came out on the 13th, this letter coming up again. Sebastian Fire is saying to everybody, I am the man in charge. Where is the director himself, Anthony Swat? Sebastian Fire is shutting down the entire operation. What we saw today, he's shutting the entire operation down. He said, nobody moved, nobody got hurt. You got to listen to me. But then people ask a question. Can we listen to President Dwaka when he made this a #1 enemy for the country?
The drug epidemic, especially the use of kush. The use of kush in our country is an existential threat, eating away the future of our children and the country. We must stand up.
So it's eating away the future of our children. It's true. But the first group of people that went there, they failed the country. The first group of people that went there, guess what happened? The president removed them because they were fighting and being gunslingers. Another group, they're right now fighting again. Are they really fighting because of power or because of drugs money? Colonel Gray.
Yeah. You can hear me clearly, right? All right, good. So this drugs issue, I think everybody has taken a bite on it, and particularly Fubi stood out in my own way more in that he's looking at limiting the market. That's another approach. Many years ago, I applied again in the Brooklyn Park PD. I went through all the tests, and credibility-wise, I was okay. But then, when it came to the decks of the chief of police PD, Brooklyn Park PD, I had so many domestic calls at my house. Where I was, it was a densely white neighborhood, and I used to call parties all the time. And us, we Liberians, we talk loud. And that brought so many police calls at my residence. That was the only reason. That domestic, the fact that I burdened the police, the city. They had to pay for those police people that are coming out. I couldn't get a job. Domestic calls. So now how much they go after your credit. If you get a bad credit, you're not going to get any enforcement job, any kind of security job. You beat your wife, forget it. You fought in the public before, just forget it. I mean, you got to be a clean guy because they know you're going to go wrestle with drugs. You take people from different walks of life in Liberia, you even check them. you scuffle them into a law enforcement agency, what do you expect? I'm not talking down on anybody there, but it's a tough battle. Uh, how much is how much you pay the DEA guy? Okay, let's say you give him $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 every month. When one drug cartel comes, they show them 3 times that amount. It takes fortitude and discipline to evade those kinds of temptation. And they come now, they will take it to another level. If you allow certain consignment to pass, I'll give you 100,000. So the question is, how much that will be enough for a drug enforcement officer? In my opinion, none. So you have to have people with character there. That's why you vet them. Now, human intelligence alone cannot serve, my brother. There is something called sniffer dogs. Today they got drones. You have to start going for infrared. How equipped is up? Sometimes people feel that, oh, they're like, great, don't worry, sniffer dogs. Look, law enforcement does not choose whether it's like bureau enforcement is being conducted or it is the United States. Drug enforcement is just an enforcement against drugs, period. So
Thank
if
you.
you don't have that talent, you will always fall prey to drug circulation and so on and so forth.
Thank you very much. Am I hearing you talking about dogs? Will they survive?
See? They will.
Am I hearing you talking about dogs with LDA?
Look, Mr. Fuma
No,
Solid.
that's okay. That's okay. I heard what you said. You said,
let me give you an exception. Let me give you
I got you. I just want you to follow me. You just said we need little dogs, right? The dog that can smell the drugs, right?
That's what you need. Human intelligence alone can't make it.
I agree with you. But my question to you, will that dog?
We need a dog. Why you trying to say we need a dog?
Come on, man. Come on, Craig. Come on. Will the dog survive? That dog will be bored while they got to be studying themselves. They'll be smelling drugs themselves.
We got some people here. Some people here from Lopa.
But anyway, let me move on. But yeah, we need dogs in. Go put baby in the LDA, and you will know what he'll survive. Let's bring in Marvin Sacco. Marvin, welcome to the show. It's good to see you. Long time. How you doing?
Yes, can you hear me?
You're good, Marvin.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I want to say good evening to your panelists and to your listening audience. Thank you for the opportunity to come on and contribute towards the issue affecting the LDA.
I mean, what's your take, Marvin? What's your take? You guys were there before, beat on you guys, but they seem to be rolling on. It's like deja vu all over again. Drugs coming through the airport, drugs coming through the borders. They seem fighting, between directors and deputies. And the second round of officer coming in, low morale, low pay. What's your take?
Yes, thank you. You see, the issue about LDA, what people don't understand, we have laws like in the United States, right? It doesn't mean that every laws or every department is actually applicable to Liberia. So for the LDA, my personal opinion and from a security perspective, because I work at the LDA for about 5 months, from 2018 April to I think September, and the president actually moved into the Arms Commission where I serve chairperson. DEA need a solid administrative structure in place. They don't have that. If you look at the act that created the LDA, there's a whole lot of things that come into place. And LDA don't have that capacity. So for me, I serve there, so I know the issue within the LDA. The only way at this point the issue of LDA can actually be addressed and the issue of drugs can actually be not eradicated, but at least contained, is to actually, my recommendation would be, first thing is that for the president to actually work with the legislature, suspend the act that created the LDA, establish a Deputy Inspector General of Police for drugs enforcement, put that person on the police, because the police have a very solid structure when it comes to security related aspect. LDA don't have that. If you look at the manpower of the LDA, they are not even sufficient to even handle drugs in Mozzarella alone. So how can they actually cover the entire country? You're talking about 15 political subdivisions. So establish a Deputy Inspector General of Police for drugs enforcement, the number of agents that the LDA currently have, move them on the police, train them, and they'll be more effective because they can work with the PSU and that of the emergency response unit and the patrol officer. First of all, the drugs law our path is a very strong law. But how can you combat or eradicate drugs in the country when you're not even an armed carrier? First of all, DEA is not even certified to carry arms. So how can you combat drugs when you're not even certified to carry arms? It is not possible. If you look at the number of volunteers that currently with the DEA, they are way more than even the actual employees of the LDA. So how can someone go to work for over a year or 2 years and they are not being paid? How do you think they are being paid? Because they are in close collaboration with drugs law and they are actually moving drugs around. When I was at the DEA, there was a study made, there was an assessment. Liberia is not only being used for the importation of drugs, it is also being used as a hub for drugs, transport of drugs within the sub-region. So in order for you to strengthen the institution, you have to work with the legislature, establish a temporary Deputy Inspector General of Police that will work with the police and other security sector and will be more robust and reactive. Other than that, there's a waste of time. The issue that have to do with rehabilitation is a good thing. Even when I was there, I proposed that under the drugs law, when you are caught with drugs, it is a non-bailable offense. But most of our brothers and sisters who are actually involved in consumption of drugs, they are the victim of the drugs. So you cannot arrest them when you go to ghettos and actually imprison them. What you can do, give them the option, either two things. You go to rehabilitation and you be released when you go through the process, or we'll say the prison. If you do that, you have more usually coming to how they call it towards the program. But again, like I said, you need a very strong system in place that will combat the proliferation of illicit drugs in the country. Other than that, it will be a failure. You can put millions into the system. If you don't have strong leadership, you don't have structure, you don't have chain of command and coordinate.
So let me ask a question though. You laying all this thing up, but what of the Labrador National Police or the LDA? You guys still have your shortcoming, right? In controlling drugs.
Yeah, like I said, Stanton, the issue about drugs is not just a one-person thing. First of all, if you go into the community, right, all of the ghettos, they are the drugs law, they are within those communities. If you do your own assessment, do your own background investigation, most of the officers, when they go to actually enforce the drugs or enforcement, they are actually being attacked by even people within the community that are supposed to collaborate with them. So
did you guys leave the LDA in a better place, of good foundation for the next government?
To be very honest with you, when I was there, like I said, I was there for 5 months, from April, I think, to September of 2018. And there were a lot of processes that were put in place, even the issue that have to do with volunteers. We're trying to get rid of volunteers because there's no reason why you can have people who are carrying in uniform as LDA personnel and they are not actually on payroll. That actually is against any professional or security institution.
Did you guys leave LDA in a better place?
I think there was a structure in place. I would say that there was a system put in place to actually, that the new leadership can actually handle. So with that being said, I would say, yes, for example, Coronet, I was told that most of the senior officers that were within the top position were actually replaced. So like I said, if you don't have a solid, consistent leadership in place, you always have a breakdown of chain of command. That's where we are at this point.
But thank you very much. Let me bring the other guys. It's good to have you, Marvin. Stick with us. We'll discuss the drugs issue. Let me bring our Kairos Gray. And I know some guys have question for you. I say welcome to the show. We're going to be doing the last round on this drugs thing. To tell you guys the truth, we got a lot to cover. Maybe we'll not do a last round. We'll just hear from our Kairos Gray and I say do. Because we got to talk about the money that we talk about, but let's talk about the Ministry of Transport. This is getting very scary. Up to 1,000 people will be laid off, and they will not get a job. I hope we can discuss it. We can discuss the protest issue that is coming up on the 17th, which will be Thursday. I'm hearing a lot of information concerning the protest. I'm hearing that It been messed. A lot of information. We'll leave it like that, and we'll hear from you guys. Somebody said we should go back to the budget and look at what was allocated for committee hearing and public account hearing. This is crazy. I hope we can take a piece of that too, because again, the Liberia people money just getting out of the window. A lot of money those lawmakers then they are eating. But let's hear you. Let's close on this on our grade. Let's hear you, my friend, then we'll go to Isaac too.
Yeah, Melvin, good evening. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great. Thanks. How you been?
Yeah, good. Nice to see you again. Basically, I know you're one of the most professional characters. So
CDC renewal, Glenny. Glenny, that CDC renewal, yeah, Glenny. Glenny, that CDC renewal we come to talk about again.
Can't wait for my brother. I said, my brother, I said, can't even close it up.
The protest are Thursday. You go for the protest.
My dear, my brother, today I did one. My brother, I said, can't even close everything up for me.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to correct you that Melvin is not a member of a political party. It's a security man. No, that's a doctor there. It's not a member.
Yeah, I carry on. Let me just come in. Let me just say something here. When I got appointed by a President Weah, I was actually hired by the U.S. Embassy, the Department of Defense. I was working there as a program manager working with the Armed Forces of Liberia. I was in the U.S. and I was hired from the U.S. to go and work at the U.S. Embassy as a program manager working with the Office of Security Cooperation. That's how I went to Liberia. I never went to Liberia because of any political party. I just want to make that clear.
Thank you very much, Melvin. I have no question for you. That's the clarity you made. So we can understand this is not about CDC business.
Well,
let's hear you, Isaac.
Melvin, what's up, my brother? Nice to see you on. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I just have a question for you. Why is President Barker and his children bringing in drugs in the country? Why are they bringing drugs? President Barker and his children, why are they bringing drugs in the country?
You know, Minister Dove, for me, I don't get involved into that. For me, as a security person, in order for you to accuse somebody how to provide evidence, I don't have that information, so I cannot actually speak on that until I have that information. I can do that.
Yeah, I wanted to test you because, our people from the other side just always see us that walked in the Georgia government to be no people. I wanted the people to see a professionalism. You decided not to go into that, but I will go into it. You know what? I can go on Facebook and take 10,000 posts of United Party people saying George Weah and Finabondo bringing drugs. George Weah and Finabondo not there anymore. President Barker must be the one bringing these drugs. Because if the president during that time was the one breaking drugs, the same president today should be the one breaking drugs. You're not into it. I just decided to ask because I know who you are. And everybody have seen it. So, it is a bad thing to have the president being involved in importing drugs in the country. President Barker and his children. I'm saying it because I can go right on Facebook and take 10,000 posts from the Mo Ali, from the Amos Store, saying George Weah, Finabondo, were the people bringing drugs in Liberia. Today, we have it ballooned more than we've ever witnessed. You see drugs pouring in from every angle of Liberia. If people can be brave to bring the amount of drugs they're bringing, see the ones they are arresting. Imagine the ones that have not been arrested. Lofa now has become the hot spot because the people know President Barker, who children know all of the drugs dealers are from Lofa. So the people decided to go to Lofa now. Lofa now is the cake for the pouring in of drugs in the country. Today I was used. Just a few times I was starting a video. Somebody just sent me a video of one day picking, passing. He just started standing or doing that and funny thing on the ground, right by the place. The whole country is polluted, contaminated. We thought we were bringing in people who had accused President Weah, Finabondo, of bringing in drugs to take off the drugs, not knowing they want that chance to bring in even more drugs. Now they are bringing in drugs. Now they are satisfied. They are there. But I only wanted to test you, my brother. Nice to see you on.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Senator, I have a question. Mr. Sako.
Go with your question for us to move on. You want to test?
How are you, Connor?
You finish texting the man and say, I'm going to ask you a question, don't answer.
He said he
Then you say you
want
want to
test.
test him.
No, I'm
Wanna
testing.
test him. Wow.
Security is not one expertise you can compromise. It's something that and maybe people can play sport and then make fun out of it. But security is a serious matter. People's lives are involved. But let me ask you,
You know, Connor, on the internet, you got
No,
echo.
the internet is bad.
It's not coming through?
That AI.
It's not coming through for real?
It is, but there's an echo.
The AI is down.
Everybody just mute themselves. Maybe we'll hear him better.
I don't know if that echo is for me. But anyway, you know, cybersecurity is basically computer programming. What pulls it to as a drug expert for you to have been hired to serve in that capacity?
All right. Thank you, Connor Gray. The first thing is that one thing you need to understand is that when it comes to security, it's not all about you having a special qualification in a fee, especially the position itself is more administrative. First of all, the institution have structure in place that to actually run the institution very effectively. So you as an administrator, your responsibility is to make sure that the SOP actually implemented, the necessary equipment, logistical support, the training is actually available to actually execute. So when it comes to drugs enforcement, you don't have to have a specific degree or any other thing. I think that as long as you have the security background, institutional background, and you have the structure in place that can work with you, you can actually be effective. So for the time of the LDA, you can actually go there regular there. We arrested, at the point our time was there for the 5 months, we arrested close to, I think, $100+ million US worth of drugs that were actually taken with the US Embassy and actually brand. So it's about leadership. In any security sector, you can have all of the training, the discipline. If you don't have the leadership ability, you actually not succeed.
Well, thank you very much. You can hang with us while we wrap this conversation up. It's always good having you, Marvin Sako. And again, when we talk about drugs, we're talking about the past, the present, and the future. I think our country is in trouble. The guys today, they were at the LDA center, and they are not hiding themselves, Glendy. They are coming up and saying, oh yeah, we are not satisfied. If they are coming out and saying that we are not satisfied, what I tell you, when somebody bring in $100,000 worth of drugs and say, I'll give you $25,000, just shut the heck up. What I tell you, listen to them. Sebastian Fast shut down all operation. He said, you can only talk to me. Don't talk to the director. Doesn't that ring a bell? And who's still bringing drugs into our rescue government? I thought we should be rescuing the RIA, the immigration, the LDA, the Labrador National Police, the AFL, the borders. Are we still talking about drugs into this government? I thought we were living out there with drug money. We are in Finabono and Calasco and Akaris Gray and Asedo and let me put my own man in there and Samuel Twe. I thought we were living there with them. And even Marvin Sako and Patrick Sedu. What's going on? Drugs is coming in Liberia today. It's in Liberia. It's coming on the plane, on Kenya Airway, on Skies, on Peace Airway. What's going on? What's the problem over here? Is that leadership problem? Is that leadership problem that we are seeing clear on a Joseph Yima Bwaka? When Joseph Bwaka said, this is my #1 fight. Even if I have no legacy, the legacy was that we will eradicate drugs in this country. Please come in the country, they land, they take the drugs off, they pick up, ooh, they go on. Poor Canada, this is something that I have a headache on. With all the, but how much in the budget for drugs? I know you know how much in the budget for drugs, the fight against drugs.
Can somebody help us understand? Listen to this enchanted volunteer, the man on salary. You send a volunteer that are on salary to go catch $100 million drugs. Man, what's going on with the government? What's going on? I thought we had something in place, though. I really seriously thought that we have something in place to change something around. But volunteer, they're saying that volunteer. Listen to the volunteer. Let's play small. This guy saying that he's disenchanted volunteer or something. He said, let's listen to him.
Get out with your family.
Nothing. Why you benefit is why you use to sustain your family.
So, what has been your motivation for the past 8 years?
Okay, I have the country I had to serve my country that there's something ahead of me. So I consider it to be my struggle to go ahead, to serve my country.
For 8 years.
Yeah, for 8 years.
So, 8 years, okay, have you met any officials of the LDA to be able to put forth your recommendation? Who is that person?
Okay, for the past time, the Liwa, for the Rense, or I think Rana, the past Liwa, Rense, always visit or come with the list that the office of LDA, the head office of LDA for the Republic of Liberia and well of people, that people should continue your hard work.
Do you have Adika?
I have Adu.
So, where are we? Guys, let me be serious. Look at that volunteer. No, I'm not disrespecting him. That volunteer, Liberian people, that man are going to arrest 500,000 drugs. But Glenny, why you running away, Glenny? I come to lead a show with you. I'm going to bounce there because my hair hurting. Look at that volunteer. They say you got ID, and making sure that ID say you got ID. They say, but who you bet honor and met thinking? Which one then he bet honor? So, guys, wait, one more minute, right? Liberia is getting messed up every day. Are we fighting drugs? We are about to show you zombie here, right? People are dying of drugs, though. But take a look. Listen to this volunteer. 1 minute. You know what? Let's find another person. Let's find another volunteer. Maybe you're not true.
I've been home, lying down, and then I've heard several things going on where the deputy director for administration, the president of Sebastian Farr, gave some mandate that everybody should present our documents. All the guys across the place presented our documents. But before then, when Fadiga and Evi Command took over, they said that everybody that have been working in the institution will be on payroll. All right, because there are people who knew what they're hanging, no sufficient funds for the DA. So for this reason, they should hold on. So when Evi Command came, they said that they were going to do what we call in-service training for all the men across the counties, where they will be placed on payroll. But to our utmost surprise, they did the survey, they collected the names, and then they came out and just put on the bulletin board, take some people's names, some people who are strange, nobody know them, and then they put their name and they say they only need 200 out of 5,000 plus people. That's a 3 to 5,000 plus people. And that doesn't make sense. Some of these guys served 15 years as volunteers. Some of them served 20 years, some of them served 8 years, 9 years. These people have been arresting major drug dealers across the country. Today you are telling
people serving for 15 years, for 20 years as volunteer. You see the trouble that coming? Honor this government. For me, honor this government. People volunteer fighting drugs. Where in the world have you heard that? That they've been serving for 15 years, for 20 years. And that's when I can get into my phone and say, July. But what's going on for me? And Marvin Sako saying he left the place better. But 15 years, 15 years, it went past Marvin Sako. Akara's grade say it was better. 15 years, Manos Akara grade 12 years. You still get 3 years. The man still going to Chatero year. If my math is correct, 20 years, I said those things is better. But you know what? I don't want to blame them because it is our time now. Atina,
Let's fix it. Are we fixing it? I don't want to blame Melvin Sako no more. I beat on him, the people listen to me, and they remove Joe we are. I beat off my brother Akarius Gray, they listen to me, and we remove Akarius Gray and Joe we are. What are we doing now? I'll tell you what we're doing. Fighting between AB Kroma and Fadiga, we remove them. Fighting is happening now between Sebastian Farr and Anthony Swar. And the volunteers say, we are disenchanted. We agree. They say, we agree. I have a bad headache. I'm going to leave this show and leave it with Sis Blenny and all of you. My head hurting me. I need to take some Tylenol. I need to rest because I think my head's swinging. You can see my head turning? Akarius, you can see my head turning, right?
Yeah, it's big enough. Everybody can see it. It's very big.
Everybody can see my head turning, my eye turning. I'm getting dizzy. Are you kidding me? Listen to the guy. I'm begging you. Be patient. Be patient. This guy got a story for you. Let's listen to him.
I've been home, lying down, and then I've heard several things going on where the deputy director for administration, the president of Sebastian Farr, gave some mandate that everybody should present their documents. All the guys across the place presented their documents. But before then, when Fadiga and Eddie Coman took over, they said that everybody that have been working in the institution will be on payroll. All right, because there are people who knew what they're hanging, no sufficient funds for the DA. So for this reason, they should hold on. So when Eddie came, they said that they were going to do what we call in-service training for all the men across the counties, where they will be placed on payroll. But to our utmost surprise, they did the survey, they collected the names, and then they came out and just put on the bulletin board, check some people's names, some people who are strange, nobody know them, and then they put their name and they say they only need 200 out of 5,000 plus people. That's a 3 to 5,000 plus people. And that doesn't make sense. Some of these guys served 15 years as volunteers. Some of them served 20 years, some of them served 8 years, 9 years. These people have been arresting major drug dealers across the country. Today you are telling them that once the 200 have been paid for money, 3,000 crew or members, they are no longer an officer. Now, what becomes of these people's life in a community and in a society? They have been arresting major drug dealers, taking them to court and prosecuting them.
So are you excluding yourself as well because you kept saying these people? Are you just a spokesperson for them?
Everybody always say that in this country, the guy was saying that once I'm certified, I'm okay. And you understand it? Today, I can be appointed anywhere because I'm qualified. You understand it? But once I see these guys who have been working with along the line and I see them going to struggle, I have to stand up and speak out because this government, I will play a major role in this government. You go to Lower County, my hand works out there. I got evidence.
Why you play that one? Play that one. I say go Lower County. Any.
Glenny, let's hear you, Glenny. Glenny, let's hear you. This is concerning, and I will put a budget up for 2025. How much the lawmaker they agreed, the lawmaker and what they agreed to give LDA, and they talk about the seriousness of fighting drugs. That's why you found most of me coming. Glenny, let's end with you, then we'll go to the protest and we'll talk about other issues. I'm seriously concerned here today that I think we are failing the labyrinth people on this drugs issue. We are. That we can do better, that we can change the system, that we can put in more money, more training, more equipment, good people that will not fight and be insubordinate to the superior, that will not say about but put country first. This government, the Joseph Yima Parker government, has declined and is declining on the fight against drugs. Glenny, and we are in serious mess. Talk to me, Sister Glenny.
So I don't know if they've declined. I think they haven't taken it as a serious issue. Prior to coming to power to the, I don't know what the echo is it. Prior to coming to the presidency, that was one of the things that was in the forefront, that the government will be able to fight drugs. And just like you lay out, we have to have trained personnel. I'll say it again, there are so many Liberians with experiences. They have different expert knowledge that they can tap into the base of them. They can form a task force. They can do a symposium. They can get people views. They can ask people that have train personnel. They can ask other African countries how are they doing it so that they can be able to fight this drug in Liberia. I don't think the government has it as a priority. I don't see that as a drawn out plan, and this is a serious problem for our country. At some point in time, sooner rather than later, this needs to be addressed. And we have to be able to understand that when you don't have trained people, you're going to keep having the problem you have. An office like DEA, we shouldn't just put anybody there. We should have people there who have the technical know-how to be able to carry out the work. You can't go take Glenda and board the LDEA. She knows nothing about it. She knows nothing to do with it. So if this is a priority of the government, this is one of the things they came to power with, they need to do better at this. Prioritize some of those things that were a part of the arrest agenda. Thank you.
I'm going to put this up. Yes, the budget. You can see Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency right there, 2024, $2.3 million. The estimated all turnover was 2.1. 2025 is $3.5 million. The money, this is just not enough. But are they getting the money as a matter of fact? And you know, they are constrained, they are hindered its ability to effectively combat drugs trafficking, with the agency director general calling for increased funding to support this operation and establish a drugs data center and intelligence gathering. They are complaining, but nobody listens to them. They are complaining. And just imagine with this complaint, and you know, they are saying that just people, they are not even receiving the money. So what are we going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, we're finished with the drugs things. We'll continue with it, but right now, as you said, with all the volunteers and everybody, it is concerning to know that guess what happened? The fight against drugs, my brother Councilor Gu, we are in trouble. Today is beautiful Tuesday, the 15th of July. I want to say, as always, thank you for joining Spoon. We'll move to the Ministry of Transport, where actually is a problem happening right now. Almost 1,000 staff, Councilor Gu, will be laid off, taking the business for 25 years, giving the work of the Ministry of Transport to that of the LTM. And guess what happened? They are going to make some big money, but then they're only going to give Liberia a small portion of what they're going to make. What is going on? Where did this start from? It started from Madam Salih. It initiated from Madam Salih. Was this ratified in the Georgia government? Yes, we saw some document that was signed by Samuel Twe and the Justice Minister Dean, right? The implementation right now is with this government. But guess what happened? The government said the Lebanese people should have it. Minister of Transport, what would it be doing? We'll share the information with you and we want you to decide. Again, are we feeling our fellow Liberians taking food from their mouth? Almost 1,000 workers will be laid off. Under these conditions, they will be laid off. Paul, I'm concerned. Are we moving in the direction yet to say yes, we are yet to rescue and we are rescuing? Are we rescuing? That's a question people are asking. If those 1,000 people are out of job, are we rescuing? Fubi, Councilor Gu, Paul Kennedy, Akaris Gray, El Remy Gray, Marvin Sacco, we have to have this conversation. Fubi, you go first.
Yeah, so for me, I've always been against this whole, taking our economy and putting in the hands of the foreigners and the Lebanese. And it's unfortunate that our governments have not been able to see through all of these things. And 2018, when they wanted to make them citizens, we fought them and we made sure we prevented that from happening. And they have been controlling the economy all through. And the government needs to do better than subject our country to them. And, there are basic stuff that you can do as a government. If you see that this is something that the government wants to do, understand the proposal. The guy will make proposal to you. Look at the proposal. There are basic things in the proposal that you think that government think that they can do and benefit from. If government cannot give it to Liberian, government will actually run it. Then to lay off 1,000 plus person and give it to Lebanese guys to run it and take 70% share. I mean, that is totally out of order. And, and we need to do better than that. We can't be seen as dumping our country into the hands of these guys year after year. Like when we are talking about, we say, well, you will not be spectator in your own country. Later on, we couldn't even get on the field to watch the game. And we're coming to see the same thing. So we need to the government to be serious. We can't do that. Giving the transport ministry function out. If you want to shut the whole ministry down, then just shut it down and say there's no transport ministry. But you can't give a key function and lay off 1,000 plus persons. But we need to understand what the government needs to do better than that. I don't think giving it to a Lebanese company is something that the government should be opting to do. Whether it was a law passed already by we are government, you are the implementer. So look at it and say, look, we're going to change this route. This is something that we inherited, but we're not going to honor it. And go back and ratify it. Use the lawmakers and say, look, we agreed with this before, but we don't think it makes sense.
Because Benny is taking over the show. I beg you, Fubi, allow me. The lawmakers are not speaking, though. No. Mahmoud Cyrus says something. Mahmoud Cyrus on Lofa, he came out and said something. But people are saying, well, we had a contract with these people for 25 years. Fubi, directly, though, is this form of rescue? Transport. Is this any form of rescue? Are we rescuing those people that will be laid off?
So that one, 100% disagree with that whole operation, especially even giving it to Lebanese people. That's the worst part of it, So government should not even opt for that. And this is time that the lawmakers need to review that and come over and repeal it. You got the law, look at it and see, look, this is something that we inherited that was passed before, but we think we have issues here we need to correct. And go back and put it back on the drawing board and correct it. You cannot do that.
Do you think the president and the vice president, they are aware of these activities? Do you think so?
No, definitely it will not be something. It will not be secret. So they definitely gotta be aware.
That's an intentional question. Why are they not speaking? Why are they not fighting for the Liberian people on the metric that we're here to rescue? We came to rescue, but yet guess what happened? Salif Tyler, the brother of Alex Tyler, the senator of Bumi County. Which side is he on? I mean, the whole United Party. They're going to just sit down there and these people get all the job? The whole United Party going to just agree that this is the lay of these people? You look at they beat the other woman. I don't want to show the graphic video. They beat the other woman because they were trying to go submit the document to the House of Representatives. So are we? What's going on? Can they cancel something of a document for 25 years? People come to give a lesson plate again and driver lesson, and take 70% of the Liberian people hard-earned money. We cannot do it. Then why do we have a transport ministry? So let's agree that, Joe, we are getting to the people. Can we fix it now? Let's agree that it started under Madame Salif. Can we fix it? Paul, can we fix it? Can we keep the people's job? That's what I'm asking. Do you think President Bwaka that came to rescue, do you think he know? Can anybody tell me that the president is not in the know? Can anybody tell me that Jeremiah is not in the know? I don't want to believe that the president knows this thing. Our president sent this video to him. I don't want to believe that the president knows that some Lebanese company taking the Liberian people, taking food from their mouth. Children will be out of school. People will not go to the hospital. People will be more beggars coming on the street. Whether one person or whether 1,000 individuals, they will be on the street. There will be no bread. People are going to bed hungry. Do you really think that President Bwaka know that the ministry is about to shut down, they're about to close the ministry, and people are going to leave that ministry crying on the name Bwaka? Can you tell me whether these people will go out again? Where are they going to look for a job? Burger King? No Burger King in Liberia. McDonald's? No McDonald's in Liberia. Wendy's? No Wendy's in Liberia. Chick-fil-A? No Chick-fil-A in Liberia. Where are they going to look for a job? Man, you have to
so stand on, let's look at the issues.
No. I'm just leaving, Councilor. You will talk. Let me get the show. She control the show because you know what? My head is pounding. My head is beating. You hearing this thing? I'm trembling. I can feel my heart palpitation.
Yeah, but I wanted you to be on for me to make a statement before you leave.
Yeah, I will be on, but let me tell the Liberian people, that's not the reason why we came to rescue. We came to rescue to save people jobs. We came to rescue to make the country better. We came to rescue for people to be proud again, to be a Liberian. We came to rescue that we can sit back and say, hey God, thank God for the Omeko Joseph Yima Boyka. That's what we came to rescue. But we rescue and the people are losing the job. We rescue and people that voted for us, they cry on the street and said, no man, no power, and we are losing our job. My God, my Lord, oh Lord, have mercy upon Liberia till we meet again tomorrow. Yeah, there is no Wawa in Liberia. You're right, my friend, there is no Wawa in Liberia. You have a good night.
Good night. Councilor, you want to go ahead?
Yes, look, first thing is, I don't know why people always say, well, the president is aware, the president is aware of this. When good thing happen, we'll say that the president will praise him. Oh, President Boka is there. Oh, President Weah is there. Oh, President Sedi, good job. So when the negative comes, he will take it. We'll put it on his head. He knows.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know, he's supposed to know.
Sure.
Because if it was good, we'll celebrate him. It seems to be ugly. Then say, oh, the president knows. He knows. Or he has reason to know. Secondly, 1,000 persons will not be laid off. I don't know how can 1,000 persons be laid off. Those people are civil servants. They are not working for companies. They're not working for corporations. They're not working for NPA, where they can decide that they can lay off, they can carry on redundancy program and lay people off without any benefit, with certain benefit or so. No. Those people are civil servants working for the government of Liberia. You just can't, if the government of Liberia decides to give, to contract a job that they were doing to somebody, it doesn't take the people all a job. I don't see any way how to build a job. The government will find work for them to do within those ministries.
That's true.
So I don't see, because first thing, when you sign a contract and there are people in the particular department working, and you decide to contract their duties to another person, in the agreement they can have a provision for the company to absorb those workers, and then the workers will have what we call the first refusal. They will decide whether they want to remain with the government of Liberia or to go with the new with the company. You understand? So I don't see how people will say, oh, 1,000 persons will be laid off and this and that. No, I don't see it. And I think this contract started from the Weah regime, if I'm not mistaken. I think the contract started from the Weah regime, and all of those things were taken into consideration. So for me, I don't support that we should give, driver lesson or other thing to Lebanese company to do. Why not the Liberian company? Why not even the Ministry of Transport? Why do that? Why is it? But again, Honorable Gray, who was a former lawmaker, he will speak to that better than me. But I think that the president knows. If he doesn't know, he has reason to know. Because when the good one comes, he will praise him.
Okay, Councilor.
As well. So thank you.
Thank you. But great, but I think you make a good point there. I don't think they're just going to get rid of those people. I think those people will be absorbed in the different ministries and different agencies. What are they supposed to do? If it's on your government that you're trying to dissolve or move into a different contract, then you have a responsibility to those people to ensure that they're working. So I think that's a great point. Honorable Gray, General Gray.
Yeah, but I think people are missing the mind, and we need to provide education.
Okay, educate us.
That's why MDMC went to court, and I thought the lawyer would have followed the ruling from the court. certain authorities were not given to that entity. And one of those authorities was the issue of issuing lesson plates, for example. That entity was not given that authority from the document and from the law. When they chose to apply that authority, there's about 2 or 3 of those authorities. MDMC said, no, the original version of the law does not say so. Therefore, you don't have the authority to go ahead. That's where investigative journalism and other things and the lawyers who went to the court, maybe they can get the document. So they were defeated. However, we discussed the same subject matter on this show. Probably, Councillor, you were not here by then when we discussed it. I don't know whether you were here by then when we discussed the same subject matter. Okay, with MDNC, we provided the documents, we provided the court ruling. In fact, there was a hearing again, and all of those things. Well, yeah, on the show. So I don't know what we're acting. This government has allowed an authority to the executive to be given to this entity that usurped the function of the Minister of Transport. Initially, the current Minister of Transport, initially when this thing started, under this administration, was with MDMC. But because he has been appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia, and they've had interest in taking this function that is not given to this entity, for example, a printing lesson plate, he remained mute and he accepted it. That's the issue there. Okay, so the issue is not about the law. The issue is about this company taking an authority that they were defeated at the level for the first time and also for the second time, that they've taken an authority that the executive has allowed them to take. So those people who are working in those departments at the Ministry of Transport will have nothing to do at Transport Ministry because this entity is not willing to absorb them. And once the entity is not absorbing them, the Ministry of Transport does not have that function anymore.
Thank you.
Okay. So once the Ministry of Transport does not have that function, those people, whether civil servants or not, will have no job to do at the Ministry of Transport and nobody will pay them because that function has now been placed on the entity, the new entity that we're talking about. But that entity does not have that authority at all. You can check the laws, you can look at the question, they don't have the authority. That authority is given to them by the current executive branch of government. That's why MDMC, the documents were provided here, says Granted, on the show. We discussed it. MDMC about John Uboti. Then we discussed the issue of the road that day, the Somalia Drive road, the Freeport road. We discussed it the same day. We discussed this issue here when Uboti had gone to court. He had won the initial case against them.
All right.
It's
Thank
this
you.
moment that yeah.
Thank you so much. Colonel Gray, Remy Gray.
Oh, I hope my audio is better now.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so a lot of times we fail to look at the crux of the matter. When you have a country like ours, where we have 170, probably eight this year, problem, and somebody only highlighting 20 years of service as a problem, it's only a tip of the iceberg of what we suffer as a nation. I say this: when we inherited the Ministry of Defense after war, there were so many volunteers, came from everywhere. Some had the shadiest past. What we did was, we first of all sifted the sheep from the goat to know who is worthy of being hired. And I know those kinds of legacies transcend other agencies of government. So the Ministry of Transport will not be the only one. So many of them. There are folks who have just been there. Some of them don't show up. They just go to work. So the emphasis on efficiency as opposed to just quantitative, just group of people getting a paycheck. Sometimes when you are the president of the Republic of Liberia, those are some of the curbs of failure. When you get out there, they will not say, you took people out of job to weed efficiency. They will say you took people from their job and you performed poorly. So that's a crude way of presenting the issue. I heard about this John Yebode's company. Their quality of work was just poor. The records are there. They give you ID card today, in 3 days it start fading away. License plate the same. A lot of other things they were doing shadily because it's a Liberian company. Look, Fubi is stationed in Ouagadougou. Somebody could say it's a foreigner. Why are you coming to Ouagadougou to take our job?
Just an interjection, quick. Just an
I'm
interjection.
Let me talk, my
Can I?
brother. No.
Well, great. Let him finish so we can go. We still have Paul and Mr. Saka. Hold on 1 second. We'll give you 30 seconds after him.
So the thing about it, no, if you give him 30 seconds, I must report. It's not coming to educate. He has spoken. That's how. That's how.
No, he said he had a point. Let's agree to disagree. Let's move forward. Go ahead, Colonel Gray.
When trying to tell the other people a point, there I'll have a point too. Then we'll go nowhere. But let me say,
and if we need to do it, we will. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry is stationed in Ouagadougou.
Colonel Gray, hold on.
And you want me to hold on?
No, go ahead. They're great and you're by each other. That way you're confusing me.
So we'll go to Ouagadougou. If we say foreigners are taking our job, then you, Henry, you're not supposed to be over there. Well, I know you came there through a professional corridor, and because of your own expertise, you're surviving there. That's the essence of any job. Now, if we just want to give Liberian job, I'm a pro-Liberian job person because I want to see all Liberian putting bread on the table. But some people are so sluggish in the execution of their duty because they take advantage. I know 1,000 people in a small ministry of transport. What are they doing there? You probably have a bunch of people scooping in one office watching Nigerian television and so on and so forth. So no efficiency. A government of like this that with efficiency will always be concerned to upgrade the system so that productivity can be enhanced. Not just to hire people. They could have made a pact with the new organization and say, you know what, absorb X amount of Liberian and create those jobs primarily for Liberian with that new company.
Thank you.
With efficiency at stake.
Thank you. We're gonna move on to Mr. Saka. You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, and Glenn, thank you. I'm just going to speak briefly on this matter from a security perspective. My concern just have to do with the company itself. I've heard that it's a foreign company, and when you're talking about driver license and license plates, it has some national security implications. So my concern has to do with the company itself. What security mechanisms have been put in place to actually store those national security data? Because you talk about somebody's address, you talk about the name, the national identification card information, all of the information, even the bank card will be provided to the company. So who manages that database until that can be actually established? I have a national security concern on that.
Yeah, I think you make a great point. I think this is sometimes that's what if the government was forthcoming with some of these information, informing the public on the process and what's going to happen, then some of the questions we have would not come up. But that's a great point there. People want to also know how their data will be kept safely and that it will not be exposed to other people. So hopefully the government has this process marked down to the nitty-gritty that people information will not be shared and will not be copied. So great point. Thank you. Paul Kennedy.
Yeah, thank you. I like this, Honorable Marvin Saka. Is that your name? Marvin Saka.
Yeah, Marvin Saka.
Yeah. Nice meeting you. You are quite you speak with a lot of logic. Let me agree with you on the point of the national security indications as far as the unique identifiers are concerned, right? Your name, maybe your address, and all of that is a data that has to be appropriately managed. But let's look at our wage bill. Over 300 million of the 680 million we make go on paying wages. 300 million. That number could be small now. Maybe it's going to 320 million now. That is so because most of the agency, most of the work we have in Liberia are done by government. So in a country like Liberia with a small revenue envelope, the government would be wise if they are outsourcing some of its functions. And the place I agree with you from the beginning was we should not just blanketly leave this function and give them out to companies, whether it's even a Liberian company, right? There should be laws, or there should be a part of the contract that is reviewed and made sure that the appropriate instances, the appropriate steps are taken to protect the Liberian people. Another thing I want to talk about is the whole Lebanese, and I heard that word 3 times. My mother was Lebanese. The one reason why I would support Lebanese people working in Liberia equally as Liberian people are some of those Lebanese people being born in Liberia, they've been there for 50 years. They don't go to Lebanon. There's war has been there from the time we knew ourselves. If they bring the legitimate contracts, the legitimate companies, I think they stand equal bidding opportunity in our country. Most of us have traveled out of Liberia. We've gone to countries where we've been given the opportunity to work. There were some segregations, but the overall is that everybody has the freedom of way to work there. And finally, Glenn, let me just run this point before I go out. If Liberia would do well, government has to begin to outsource some of its activity. But how many Liberian-owned companies are going to present government to look for government contract? You will be sitting there and government will say, oh, you can't do that before you go there. I think Liberians should be innovative and begin to think outside the box, make some of these contract companies to go chase government contracts. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that is important to talk about, especially for some of us who are working outside of Liberia and have been given opportunities to work at different jobs, function in various capacities, even though we may not be from that country. I think that argument will keep looking back at Lebanese people is something that's hypocritical. It's something we need to move away from because we're developing every day. So it shouldn't be if some of those people, like you said, they were born there. I went to school with Indians in Liberia. I went to school with Lebanese people in Liberia. They've become a part and parcel of our community. So where we continue to want to differentiate from them and say, oh, this doesn't belong to you, I think we need to change that narrative. It doesn't look good. But let's do our closing. Let's go around and do our closing. We can see that Nelson is tired, so please don't make it too lengthy. In your closing, please comment on the protest today. The protest, I was saying it first and people were trying to correct me. The protest was for 3 days. The 15th, the 16th, and the 17th. That was the enough is enough protest. When they first said it was 3 days. We're suddenly learning that now it's just the 17th. So I want to correct whoever was trying to correct me. And I've shared the paper on my page. It is a 3 days protest, but it's now ending up being 1 day. But suffice it to say, let me do my closing now. Protest is legal. It is not illegal for people to protest if they feel that there are things the government is doing that they are aggrieved about. I think sometimes we miss the mark of protesting when we have the wrong messengers sending the message. Someone who has just come off the back of a government reason. That's not to say that there's nothing that he's not a Liberian, he shouldn't be aggrieved. But for him leading a protest, I think it's difficult for people to accept the message because of who the messenger is. So it's been great being here with everybody. Please, we'll start we'll start from the bottom. Fubi will be the last. We'll start with Honorable Gray with your closing.
But I think that you are dead wrong to believe that certain people should not lead protests in Liberia. You are dead wrong.
Well, that your
No,
opinion,
you
I
gotta be
accept
real.
mine.
No. You are there wrong. Because
Okay.
President Boyka admitted a failure for 12 years.
Please
He even said
please
he
go
was
ahead with
quite
your
evil.
closing. That
Yeah,
closing.
but that's my closing I'm going ahead with.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. President Boyka admitted a failure for 12 years. He spoke of not utilizing the opportunity to squander it. He presided over the highest number of bogus concession agreements in the history of the country. Yet, he provided over massive abuse and corruption for 12 sort of years in this country. That's when the country was looted by any legitimate government in this country. Yet, he had the moral rectitude to go to a protest action. Yes, he was there. People who fought war, blatant war, who caused chaos, just intoxicated and looked at this country. They were at the protest. Mobile Molu never worked in government to steal government money. He has no history, zero history. If that talking, Costa has said the worst about Joseph Boyka, but yet hanging with him today. Oh yeah, but Nikki killed a lot of people. A lot of people were there. They went at the protest. I think that argument does not hold water. Not only that, it's not a strong argument by any individual to say because Mobile Modu is leading a protest. He has a constitutional right. He has the moral standing. He did not siphon state resources. He didn't kill people. He didn't steal from the state. He has no history. Joseph
30
Boyka had a
seconds.
history of over
30 seconds.
$16 million budget. But let me tell you, let me close with the Ministry of Transport.
30
Let me
seconds,
tell you, on page 12, in 30 seconds, page 12 of the original agreement says, these are the authority of transport, and this company does not have, but this executive gives the authority to the entity. Driver license system should be by Ministry of Transport on page 12 of the agreement. Vehicle registration on page 12 should be under the Ministry of Transport. Motor vehicle office should be under the Ministry of Transport. But vehicle driver license system is given to this company who is not part of the agreement. The issue of vehicle registration is given to this company who is not part of the agreement on page 12. We discussed this thing. It was wrong to say that lesson plate was fading and driver lesson. We still got a lesson plate. The lesson plate, John, you bought the printer that a lesson plate you're using. You don't know that? They just start printing new lesson plate and say was fading. It's unfortunate. Thank you very much. But I close on that note. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Conor Gray.
Good
Please
night
do your
to all.
closing.
All right, Glendy, thank you so much, lady. I had similar concern when I heard that a private entity was going to be handling some of our key national security identities. But then I question myself, sometimes when you're a security person, you look at life both ways. You should have both peripheries, your eyes, every corner is supposed to be. And I look at our passport, where is it printed? We don't print it. I look at our currency, we don't print it. If we want to talk about some of the key national security items that pertain to us, a lot of the identity driven documents, they don't come from Liberia. That's why we have so many fake currency all over Liberia. If you go there, if you're not smart enough, somebody will give you fake money. There was a time when they say an entire money was printed and they were considered to be fake. It didn't even go in circulation, but officially, but it did go into circulation at the end of the day. So we're a vulnerable country. We don't have the infrastructure to tighten every corner. It's not like the US. So you have to give and take. And I like Paul's point that we have to enable the private, the private sector to be able to absorb most of these people. Then we'll weed out people sitting in government offices, coming in late at 12, they leave at 1 hour later, and then sitting down there watching television. But I want to piggyback quick on this protest issue. Madam, if you have some time, just another 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Okay, so I don't know if I will go for Molu's credibility. Whether or not he has not done this but Molu, the likes of Molu, they got record back in Bujumbura. This was the guy who they say set up a scheme, to take people money to go overseas. But those are all hearsay. The factor is Those people have the right to demonstrate. But if you go back and look at it, they're not demonstrating because government, the sky is falling like breast coming down. They lost an election. So it's painful to sit down and see power out of your hand in the hands of somebody else. They're not
Thank
going to
you.
resonate with that again
Thank you,
easily.
Hannah Gray.
I wish I could be
Thank
Patrick
you.
there for one time just to let me make this one last one. But go ahead, madam.
Thank you. Mr. Sako, your
Yeah,
closing.
thank you. I would just actually speak briefly on the protest, the travel license situation, and that of the LDA. So the issue has to do with the protest. For me personally, I will give my advice to the John Security and also to the authority or the organizer of the protest. It is the right of the protester to peacefully assemble, to petition the government and elected official. It is a responsibility of the John Security to provide a safe space for them to exercise the constitutional duty. So as they're going to actually test our democracy and the constitution, also to the police and all the members of the John Security are there to protect the constitution and protect our democracy. So again, they started very well. The Justice Ministry invited a member of the organizer, they responded. So I think to have a successful protest, both parties have to actually cooperate, collaborate, and coordinate. And I'm saying that. So again, to a member of the Joint Security, because I serve as a Deputy Inspector of Police for operation, I just want to say this. I spoke to some of the leadership of the police. We stay communicate that those officers who are going to be part of the operation need to exercise a high level of restraint and be very tolerant. The situation is temporary, it's not permanent. They can go through it. They just need to work very closely with the organizer and handle it. Also, too, to the organizer of the protest, please work with the police and all the members of the Joint Security, coordinate with them. You all work together. A violent protest is not a successful protest. Police or Joint Security on ethical action is not a successful protest. The both parties have to cooperate and collaborate and make sure that everything goes on well.
Thank
The
you.
issue and the issue about DEA, like I said, DEA have a serious systemic issue. Until that systemic issue can be addressed, well, have to do with the leadership and those guys who are not on payroll. You will always have unethical behavior within in the police, in the DA. So I want to advise the leadership of the police of the LDA to please use the chain of command. They need to work together as a team in order to eradicate or contain the proliferation of illicit drugs in the country. Then, as Conan Gray said, the issue of the journalist and rich, I understand that our passport and other that the currency is not being printed in Liberia, but also too, I think we need to actually find a way to actually protect our national security. We can
Thank
always
you.
leave that vulnerable. I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Sako. And then I don't know if Nelson has your number. I have a few persons here who would like to connect with you. So if it's okay to share your number, we'll get it from Stanton. I think some Liberians are very impressed.
Share the
with
number.
this.
Share the number. I
Say
won't
that
say
again.
it.
I can
No, you
provide
don't
my.
have to say
I
it.
will give it. Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just ask some Stanton if he can. I'm just letting you know that there are people who want
I
to
don't want to
connect
say
with
it. Share the number.
you. You're not sharing it yet.
Councillor Gustav interrupting my sister-in-law. I don't like that.
Can you please say your closing sister-in-law story?
Yeah, no, I don't like when people interrupt my sister-in-law. It becomes personal.
Okay, I'll leave that one with you and son-in-law.
Go ahead,
it was a good show. Let me start up with a big elephant in the room: the drug problem we have in the country. Right, the drug problem we have in the country is systemic, and the country needs to find a comprehensive approach to addressing the problem, or else it will only be putting a band-aid on it. Right, you don't want to put a band-aid on something that you can kill. Right, because when you do that, the band-aid will only worsen the situation. So the approaches that could be looked at, first of all, will begin with the leadership. You need leaders with integrity. You need leaders with competence, but you also need leaders with strategies. And the integrity is first and foremost everything, because you can pay them $15,000 a day, when one drug cartel come from Colombia and gave them 3 million, if they don't have integrity, they're going to take the 3 million and walk away. So integrity, competence in being able to understand the position they hold and the duties and responsibilities that come with it, and how to execute those duties and responsibilities with a defined strategy. They need to, most of the people we appoint in government in Liberia, just go and take the book that their predecessor left and do the same old thing. Whether it has worked before or not, they don't look to advance new technology, new ideology. They just go by the books. So that has not helped us. They need to look at it. And then to the people, as far as the workforce is concerned, the workforce needs to be an educated workforce. They need to train the workforce, make sure that those who are not on salary are actually put on salary. You can't have somebody volunteering for 15 years and you want them to continue to be committed to the institution. Except they are stealing something from there, I can almost guarantee you that their volunteerism is not for free. And then the population, we need to talk to the people. The people need to be aware of what drugs is and what kind of effect it brings to the country, right? So you need that public massive awareness, community engagement. The LDA need to put that as a part of their strategy to outreach to the community, to aware people, to educate them, to inform them. And then government has a responsibility in there. Government needs to provide support for the entity that is managing this drug sector. They need to make sure we get scanners at the airport. If they have to send people out of training to go get out of the country to go get trained, government needs to put money there. $3 million to run the LDEA in Liberia, then you're wasting your time. You need to put that money at least to 20 million.
Thank you, Paul.
Because what's happening now is you got people there taking the money, taking bribery, and circulating the drug. Let me just finalize on the LTM contract. I just read some part of the contract. They do not have the responsibility to do driver licenses and motor vehicle registration. So under the current administration, if they are doing that, then they are actually stepping their bounds, and that need to be taken away from them. However, I support the outsource of some of the function of the Liberian government ministries and agencies, because the government ministry and agency have too many employees, and just like somebody said here, some of them go there and do absolutely nothing. As far as the protest is concerned, the protest is a good thing for our country. It's just that maybe the messengers who are carrying the message were once in government yesterday, and they saw some of these same thing happen, and they didn't say anything. So for them to be coming out today to say they are protesting against it, I think is disingenuous to the Liberian people, and Liberian people should look out to see who they are following. They might not follow somebody who stole yesterday to come tell them today stealing is not good.
Thank you, Paul.
Granny.
Councillor, go.
Yep. So thank you. First thing, let's look at the issue of 1,000 person losing job. Forget it. That's a whole long procedure. The civil service, the government of Liberia, it's not shutting down a particular function because of maybe a force majeure or what have you. It is a deliberate action by the government to outsource the function of that particular department. The government will take responsibility of the employees. Under those arrangements, they can talk about absorbing the employees in the new arrangement, or they find a way to redeploy the employees, or they go through a full redundancy program where they will get all of the benefits. So that's a whole long process. So we don't even worry about that. So not worry about that one. The next thing is the issue of drug. The first thing you need to do when you're fighting drug is to strengthen the security. Whether they can bribe them or not, Marvin Sakor supported our idea. The security must be tightened, must be strengthened. Before you move to taking people, carrying them into homes and detoxing and intoxicating and all that kind of stuff, you need to strengthen your borders. You need to strengthen your security. You need to encourage them. Those guys who are brave enough, who are able to fight against the temptation to report the drug cases. What are we doing for them? What kind of an incentive are we giving them to encourage others to do the same? We've got to look in that direction as well. The next thing is the protest. No, I will say it tonight. I know some of my men in the security force will get fair with me, but that's it. The people who can really pray for protest for the kind of thing to happen, that is security people. They are very happy. There are people in the government that are very happy for the protest because they're going to benefit. Why I say so? They're going to give them money. It will raise the national security threat level, and there will be big budget for the security. Mavi Sako is there. So I know it. So all the noise you see police, oh, they display they do not want, they're happy for the protest. They want the protest, they want to pull the council because that's how they will justify the whatever money they ask for. It's normal. So people should not be thinking, oh, the protest. Let me tell you, as you're thinking that oh, the police talking and they will do that, they are very happy because they're not walking out there with a shield and a baton with empty pocket. No, they have a down. There's a lot of money being spent. So the protest will go on. It will go on. I've cautioned the people to be peaceful. We know it will be peaceful. Look, what kind of protest that will not be peaceful? They will give you notice. Somebody will give you notice for 2 months. 2 months they say, oh, yeah, no problem. I protesting tomorrow. I protesting tomorrow. I protesting 2 months and for now. They're telling you that they already put you on notice for you to put yourself in order. So you can see the orderliness of the protest by itself. Just for the fact that they gave the government long notice. It's already.
Thank you.
So let me say thank you tonight for the show. Let me say thank you tonight for the show and say, Glenny, 10 seconds, I'll be there. I'll be there where you need Kizzy Pepsi. We saw today that they relieved the Deputy Minister of Administration of the Ministry of Justice. If we bring it, I hope if tomorrow it will be a point of discussion. Yes, we can discuss that tomorrow. But I believe
what do you mean relief?
They relieve her. They relieve her from opposition.
Closing now. Fubi's closing.
They relieve her from opposition.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just want to say it from there. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll discuss it. But she's a professional woman. I respect her. I believe in her, in her IQ, in her professionalism, and I know God will see her through. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but before Fubi come on, Councillor, you know, sometimes Councillor can be balanced. Sometimes again, he can just twist it something like, well, I can't have to say Malu protest and they want to protest and now say ahead of time. Give me a break. Other protests held in like they did it now. Say Malu is the wrong messenger. Case closed.
No, maybe I forget. No, maybe I forget for the other people when I pass already. No, maybe I forget.
Malu got a wrong messenger. Let me say so. Go ahead.
Even the June 7 protest, no change to the government. So I forgot I want to pass.
Thank you, Bhari.
To not interrupt my sister-in-law. I told you that.
So it was a good show on the issue of the Lebanese. I always say this. Look, the Lebanese law does not even favor you myself. They tell you the first thing it tells you in that country, only the father can get citizenship to the children. If the mother of a Lebanese woman goes and have something outside and produce babies, those children can never be citizens of Lebanon. That's the first law they have in the country. That tells they don't. So when we're talking about Lebanese and other things, we're not just talking because we want to talk. Their laws are selfish. How many? Paul, at least you are lucky. You know the lucky few. That got Lebanese woman. But how many of our brothers and sisters, our brothers in our brothers, got Lebanese woman?
Story, bring it out here again.
No, Lebanese you're talking here. How many? So we are more receptive to them. They have and you got a lot of half Lebanese in our country. Once they are father, they didn't accept them. They become 100% Liberian. They can't go Lebanon and claim citizenship there. That's how selfish their law is. So I'm not talking because we want to talk.
Talking on Lebanese people. What wrong with
you?
Nelson has to go home, my people.
Yeah. So There are laws that are very selfish law, and that's why we keep talking, and that's the reason why we challenge the citizenship change when we are in grade and we want to change the citizenship to make a citizen. We challenge and we say we're not happy, and we prevent it from happening because their laws are not good. So the protests, nobody should take moral serious. And you go out, the police should just be the police should just make sure they provide safety for everybody. Those that want to protest, you should be peaceful and orderly. If you cross the line, the police are happy to be outside. So they will show that juice to you. The Southern training today. So just be peaceful and orderly. Present your petition, go home, eat your driver. The 22nd too soon. Moluki to knock off for the 22nd. The regular veteran association, you just be there. But thank you, good show. Bye-bye.
Nelson, thank you so much for everything. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Malu is the wrong messenger. No 20 casket will be anywhere tomorrow.
But that's the point of Labrador. The morally don't talk. The morally don't talk. The people who got moral voice, they don't talk in the country. That's the problem. The people who got moral voice, they can sit there and put their hand. And the reason why I can't go be talking.
Before
Yeah.
let me just educate. Let me
No. Anything
Let's go in the chat room. Let's go in the chat room. You're Mimi there. Go in the chat room.
Continue in the chat room. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
You run away, go Burkina Faso. Who was leading the protest for you?
Thanks a lot, Councillor Good. Thank you, Colonel Gray, and I see everyone. Now I'm pressing that own button. You can't go and put anybody in the back. Everybody put themselves in the back. But
I myself, I put myself in the back. In the back, put it in bias. Whenever Nelson was a good show, and thank you very much. We'll always be available. Liberia is our country. I will just close, and I'm the last. I came first, so I will close. I will go last. Yeah, I came first, so I will go last.
So you can do another closing?
No. I just want to say, there are two honor. So I just want to say, it was a nice show. Liberian people, we are all one people. Our opinion is our opinion. Is what we believe in. You have your opinion. It's what you believe in. Stand by it. Don't be compromised. Don't be afraid. It's your right to speak out when you have any issue. So everything we say is our opinion. It's how we understand things, and we don't harbor ill will for anybody, not even the government. Our job is to support the government, support the country, to ensure that the people it succeed. But where there are missteps, we will definitely call it a shot, and so that they can correct it. That's the essence of having people to critically look at your performance. So thank you very much, and I wish everyone well, and hope we'll have a nice show tomorrow. Thank you, Nelson, and good night.
All right. Good night, Councillor Good. And I want to say good night to all of our folks across Liberia. Thanks for following this edition of the program. Spoon Talk will be back on the radio tomorrow. As you know, this is where you get the news. This is where you get the analysis, the updates. This is where you get to hear Liberians speak out on the different issues of concerns. And this platform gives a voice to every Liberian out there. That's why, in fact, we start the show every day with the What's on Your Mind segment to have you speak out, express yourselves on the different issues that are of concern to you. So on this note, my name is Nelson Colette. Have a good night to our audience, to our affiliate stations, the radio stations relaying the program. We want to say thanks to you for making sure that Liberians can get the information in real time. And to our online audience across Facebook, YouTube, we say thank you to a few of you in the comment section who are still here with us. Philip Bala, thanks for being here tonight. Toga Riches, we appreciate you. Adama Mbwaka Sharif, thank you for being on tonight. And we look forward to being here tomorrow. Have a good night and bye-bye for now.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, tried it the South.